Welcome back, everybody, to the Average Overlanders podcast. I'm Jared.
And I'm Ben.
And we got a special guest tonight, all the way. I think it's our farthest guest that's ever showed up.
Yeah, he's on the opposite side of the United States.
Yeah, 100%. We got Omar here, more affectionately known on the podcast as Dadiator. He's been mentioned quite a few times on here.
I get very excited every time I hear it.
But we finally got you out here, so it's awesome, dude.
From the East Coast, some would call it the right coast.
Oh.
But this is the West Coast.
No, but did you not-
That would left. We're the left coast.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It's controversial. Like, do I mean the right one, like the correct
The
one?
right side
or, is it just
or
the right side?
the correct?
I'd
I'll
rather
never
be,
admit
I'd
it,
rather
so
be
you'll-
best because it doesn't matter, you know. Right, left, top, down, whatever, north, south, east, west.
And hold on, I'm not just from the East Coast. I'm from like the armpit of America.
Yeah.
You know, Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey, Jersey Shore. People hate us. People.
Nah.
love
I mean,
us.
I just told him the story about the New Jersey trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
We got Frank Sinatra, Bruce Willis, Bon Jovi. They all came from
Carlos Bakery. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great one. I want to be
Yeah.
remembered by.
Yeah. I've been there too.
So have I.
Is that
Yeah.
a real thing?
Yeah. They're
I
in the New Jersey
The guy
side.
had a TV show on Discovery for like, I don't know,
Forever.
5,
It was
6,
Cake
10
Boss.
years. Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm not a big foodie guy.
He's-
So
yeah, he-
why-
Now.
Yeah,
lost
he
his
opened up
hand.
a Las
his
Vegas
hand?
location.
Dude, I saw a Cake Boss vending machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You get cake in a
Carlos
vending
Bakery,
machine.
dude.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, lines like blocks long line.
Yeah.
to go
I went.
in.
Dude, it was like a Tuesday morning before my flight, and we were flying out of Newark, and we were like, "Oh, let's just go check it out," you know. And we didn't stand in line. It was very long. It was probably like 10 people deep. That
Oh,
was it.
really?
Yeah.
Was it like
It was in the
after
middle of the
fit?
week.
Oh, man.
Is it like that?
2011.
I don't know dates very well. They don't stick in my brain.
No, I'm just saying that's when he was popular.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, well, now I sound like I'm lying, but
Is it like that like Schlitz Bakery over in Bishop that everybody like? Oh, you
yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah. That's the bread one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Same
a good
deal.
one.
sometimes I
Sourdough.
think some of the places, just pay for advertisement because like there's a place
Just to
you guys actually have it here when we were at Disneyland called Black Tap NYC, and it's like a burger joint that makes these insane milkshakes where like they put a piece of cake on the top of the milkshake.
Oh,
you know?
gnarly.
What?
And we stood in an hour and a half line to get this milkshake. And by the time I got my milkshake, the ice cream was like melting and it wasn't very good at all. But now they have a location in downtown Disney over here.
Oh shit.
From New York. It says NYC, burgers.
All right.
Wow.
Have to try that.
I haven't been to Disney in so long.
Dude, so long.
I used to go all the
We're
time.
Disney losers. We drank the Kool-Aid a few years ago.
Gotcha.
Do you have an Instagram called Disney Dad?
No.
You have RC Dad. You
I have that RC
Dadiator.
dad. That RC dad does exist, but not Disney dad. No, I wouldn't do that to myself. I have to have some dignity.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
I'm just, you go to Disney and you forget there's bills and you forget about life.
You can't
And your
even
kids
look at
light
the
up.
prices.
Yeah.
You got to put blinders on.
Well,
man.
we've gotten pretty good at it. You figure it out. Listen, I have a family of 4. It ends up costing me like, we'll call it around $6,000 to $8,000
Holy
for a week.
That's a lot
Everything's
of car
paid
parts.
for.
That's
That's
a good
flight.
lift.
That's everything.
Yeah, it's flight, food,
Oh,
stay,
yeah, flight,
Toys, like
everything.
yeah.
my daughter, when we go there, it's like,
Hotels.
look, we're in Disney. You can get whatever you want. We're not going to say
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
And that's
it's go crazy.
Yeah.
On Sunday, we're going to Universal Studios. Did you go there?
Oh no! We haven't. They're still too young. We haven't. But we looked at it. It was $800 for one day.
Yeah. Well, I'm going because my company is paying for it.
There you go. Fair.
So it's our company picnic or whatever for the summer. But we're going. We went last year. It was a lot of fun. But dude, prices are insane.
Yeah.
They had this Mario Land, right? And then to like make it fun and interactive.
So it wasn't fun in the first place.
Well, no, you have to buy a wristband
Just to enter that.
that has like a little flower power thing. No, just so you can walk up to things and then activate them.
Well, they stole that from Disney.
Yeah, and then they charge you like $80 for this stupid wristband. You're
Yeah,
like,
we went there and we had to do the, it was during a Harry Potter craze.
Oh yeah, that too.
And the same thing. I got suckered into buying the whole stupid like $80 magic wand.
Did she get picked?
No, I got picked.
You got picked.
Yeah, I'm the sucker, dude. The guys are
They're
like,
like, he's got a beard. Pick him.
yeah.
He
They're-
looks like Dumbledore. or whatever.
oh yeah, come. Yeah, basically long hair and beard.
You know what it is?
You look like a wizard.
I grew up like we didn't do family stuff much. We went to the movies, and I love the movies. So anytime I go to these places that can immerse me into a movie that I like, where I think I'm a real Jedi or whatever, some shit, I get excited. I turn into a kid again, and I have no problem.
You bought the
spending money.
lightsaber, didn't you?
I did.
I knew it.
I did.
I knew where this was
but
going.
listen, it happened on the second trip. It wasn't on the first time.
Oh, okay.
And
You held out. You had some
I held out.
willpower.
I had some dignity. And I knew you could buy it cheaper online, but I got to like make it in this cavern.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. You got to
And
pick out
Yoda's
the
voice
one that
was
was
talking to
meant
me.
just for you.
And I felt like a real Jedi. I was hiding from the Empire, making my
dude.
junkyard lightsaber. as they
Wait,
call
so
it.
you didn't get the double-edged one, Sith Lord one?
No, I
What
paid
color
for
did you
two of
get?
them
Did you get a
because my
specific
daughter
color?
got one. Yeah, I got a green one.
Okay,
And my
okay.
daughter got a blue one.
Okay, so you're the
Nice.
Yeah.
And listen, it's cool. My daughter's not a big Star Wars geek. I'm not either. Like, I like the movies very much.
Yeah.
But I don't know all about them. But you know, when we go there, she dresses up in a little.
Oh, that's
she looks
fun,
like Rey.
though.
Then Rey actually, who
Shows
doesn't talk to
up.
anybody, she stops with her. Her and Chewbacca are talking. And my daughter's like lighting up. That's what it's.
That's
for.
what.
Yeah.
That's
And you get
what
to bond over something, you know,
I was
together.
really pissed. I wasn't picked.
Yeah, the fuck.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, I'm the fan. What's wrong with you?
Shoving your kid out the way. You know,
Dude,
pick me.
so talking about the Harry Potter land,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called. My daughter Madeline, she got picked the
Oh, okay.
first time that I didn't go. My wife just went with her, and she got picked, and so she bought her the wand. The second time we go, I brought Claire, my younger daughter, and Madeline. It was last year. Madeline gets picked again.
What?
Yeah, she keeps getting picked.
She might actually have some, you know, with
I don't know.
I mean, there's something special about her.
Yeah, but she got picked, but then like when they picked her, she's like, my sister hasn't been.
Oh,
She doesn't
that's
have.
a good
I already
sis-
have
that's
one.
a good
What a good
sister,
heart.
So then
right.
Claire went up and did the whole thing, and then
That's
we had to buy her wand. You know.
See, aren't you proud though? In that moment, you're like, I didn't fuck up. I did good.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
I thought I was going
in
to
my
get a
head,
free
I'm
wand
like,
out the deal, dude. They like pick you. I'm like,
no.
oh, I'm going to get a free wand. They're like, no, you're the spectacle sucker who gets to pay for a wand,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
You're gonna show everybody how it's done.
Yeah.
They guarantee one sale per
Oh, yeah.
little round because they
yeah.
pick
Yeah.
somebody.
Like, this guy looks like a sucker. Let me get this guy. Hey, Ben, hit this camera again.
This one?
Yeah. That one's being dumb. Sorry.
Oh man, technical difficulties.
Technical difficulty always.
He just
man.
wants to be able to see himself.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
the
I know.
only
He's
camera that
very
doesn't work.
narcissistic.
I actually am the least because I always forget to put it on myself.
Does it work?
I don't know. Just see what happens. I don't really care. Nobody needs to
Put it on the
the
full
voice.
one. Yeah.
It's on the full one. If I'm talking, I'll put it on the full one. I don't really care.
Look at that. Are those look like balls hanging off of it?
They are. Those are the ones
Yeah.
I was talking about the other day.
The blue balls
the blue balls, or no, the
from Lake Tahoe or something. Is it
Oh
like
no,
the-
we were talking about moose knuckles.
So does this happen on the
I think that's the
I
moose
forgot
knuckle
it.
guy, dude.
I forgot about
Those are-
that.
does it
Air
happen here
freshener.
on the West Coast where like guys drive with those on the pickup?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't
Hanging
sure. That
on.
was just
Yeah, truck nuts. Yeah,
Wasn't
No,
it
well,
bored
now,
out
did you see
here?
the wire nuts? You see the big wire nuts?
yeah.
No.
Like it's just like
Some guy made 2 giant wire nuts, like 3D printed, and he has them hanging from
Wire?
the hitcher. Yeah, like electrician.
I think they're like legit nuts, like just from
No, these were like this
bigger. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking like from like
Yeah.
light poles or something. But yeah,
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
great, but-
Well, now that we've talked
we've
about
talked
theme
about
parks,
theme parks,
theme park
and-
podcast.
But okay, so yeah, you came all the way from Jersey, which is the farthest we've had a guest show up. I think the second furthest
It was a hell of a
Ian-
commute.
was from Washington State, our PNW Adventures.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came on. Norm literally drove all the way to Maine.
Yeah, he was out
Dude,
in
I
your neck
heard
of the
you guys
woods.
say that the other day. and
Yeah.
I'm actually a little upset. I wish I
Yeah,
knew
too
he was
bad.
coming out there.
Yeah, you could have shown him some spots or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So
He drove on the New Jersey Turnpike.
He did.
He
yeah.
talked about it. He's like, I forgot I had to pay for it.
A lot of dead bodies over there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So now I'm sure like a lot of people probably don't understand. Like they think, okay, Jersey is the city, but there's a big portion of it. Like, we were talking about the other day, it's like the highest black bear population or something.
I just threw out that random fact that it's probably not.
probably
I don't know how accurate. So I listen to Tooth and Claw podcast. They got a lot of facts about there. It's a funny podcast. But yeah, we definitely have a ton. Like they are my neighbors. You learn how to protect your garbage and stuff, so you don't see them as much. But my first time when I've lived in Jersey my whole life, but recently in the past 3 years I moved up into the sticks and. My garbage kept getting knocked over every day, and I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, damn raccoons here are messy. It's everywhere. I pick
Trash
it up.
bandits.
Yeah.
Second day, it happens again. I'm like, this is crazy. Third day, it happens, and now I'm noticing everything's flat, and I'm like, oh, this is a bear.
Yeah.
So then it was a weekend, and I tell my wife I'm sleeping, and she was going to go meet her mother in the morning. She comes running up the stairs, screaming but laughing at the same time. She goes, "It's a fucking bear!" I'm like, what?
Shit.
So I get out of bed and I look out the window. And if we have a second, I'll show you the picture.
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, you got a picture of him.
Oh my God, this thing was humongous, and I couldn't believe it. And I set off the car alarm just to
Yeah,
get him
try
to
to
leave.
scare it
so she
away,
could leave, and it left. I've had other stories, but again, this isn't a bear podcast. But yeah, I have
about
other
anything.
experiences with them, and they're harmless, honestly. And even they say the main thing to worry about is if you see a mom with its cubs.
Yeah, obviously.
Walk
Cubs,
the other direction.
Stay the fuck away.
If they're going through your garbage, don't go and try and stop them. Just let them do their thing, and they'll eventually be gone.
If they have food, don't interrupt them, man.
But in the new spot that I live, they literally sent us from the town. They sent me new garbage cans to test against bears.
Oh, for real? Like bear-proof?
Like that's how I've been there a year and a half. I haven't seen one bear yet. So I don't know why they decided that we have a lot there.
They're about
Ben,
to
this
release
is
some
also
into
a
your
picture of
neighborhood.
the car you're going to buy from me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
A picture.
Yeah, I got a new car. Oh, I see the back of it.
Yeah.
And the bear.
Yeah, he's almost as tall.
Let me see this thing. Oh, he's a big sucker, dude.
Yeah, that's got to be at least like 500-600 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Easy, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I had a run in with one where we both startled each other so much we both fell on our asses. And then like literally this distance away, and then he startled me. I fell, he fell. We both got up. I clapped my hands, and he ran into the woods. And then that's the last I saw of him.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, we experienced them over there. They're normal. It's
They're not like super aggressive. Like they're probably just as scared
No,
of you.
grizzlies are bad.
But yeah,
Brown
grizzlies
bears, those are genuinely like you encounter is dangerous. With a
Yeah.
black bear, the encounter itself is not dangerous unless it's predatory.
Yeah.
For some reason, if you catch them while they're in the middle of a catch, they're eating, or if the mom gets startled with her cubs, she might do something. But we've seen them. And by the way, they are black. Like when you see them at night driving, it's
you
literally
don't see 'em.
no. Well, it's like you see them because there's so much negative black crossing the
Oh, they're
road.
actually darker than
Yeah,
the
they're
outside.
darker than the dark.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, what is that? There's like a figure, and then as you're getting closer, you're like, oh shit, it's a bear, and you got to slam on your brakes. But yeah, they're not bad. They're pretty cool. My daughter named one what was his name? Fluffster.
Fluffster.
Yeah. I made up a whole story about he likes cheeseburgers and he wants me to make him a burger. It was like
He's a good
story
little
time
dude,
for
yeah.
her. Yeah.
Yeah. Smash burger.
So she
Yeah.
smashed my face burger.
We all take a drink at the same time.
Yeah,
So
oh,
I had to
that's a
stop
drinking
drinking.
I
moment.
don't know if
Right
it's
there.
timed or if that was coincidence.
That
or-
was coincidence.
There's
I was
more.
like, oh,
if anyone
man.
needs it, it's right here.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I might need. Oh,
What?
Well, you have a DG.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was like a ghost thing.
I meant.
It's meant to be. Pour
Yeah.
yourself some more.
Yeah, it's telling you. It's a sign.
That was weird.
That was. So black bears. Yeah, I would be a bear burrito. We've talked about
Yeah,
that
the
before.
bear burrito.
Thank you, sir. That's good. That's good. Thank you.
You good?
By the way,
Yeah, I'm all right now. I'll top off in a minute.
these are delicious.
These are delicious. Thank you. Yes, they're dangerous.
are very
like you said.
dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
In,
like we're
in
at a-
case anyone's wondering, this is called a salted caramel white Russian.
Quite.
It is salted caramel whiskey with Kahlua and milk,
That's right.
all
Whole
you need.
milk, right?
whole milk.
Yeah.
None of this almond milk.
No,
This is California. There ain't no almond milk.
And like
That's
you
just
said,
seed
perfect
oils anyways.
For like around the campfire, man. This is
I'm
a good
telling
like
you,
little.
they're dangerous.
Little sipping after a.
We
good
even
steak.
talked about making like a little milkshake out of this too. I mean,
you
you've
could
done
do
that, right?
a little float. You could put some in the coffee. You can make a milkshake. You could eat it with, as we said, with the banana dillas.
That's right. Nanadillas. Man, those were delicious.
We should have had those tonight too.
I know, man. You gotta you have to have a
Dude,
campfire though.
I contemplated cooking you guys a meal on like a fire in the back because I make some mean camp food.
Oh, yeah?
I'm no special chef, but
What's your?
I'm fat, so I know what tastes good.
yeah.
Ben's
that's all.
a foodie.
You're not
so
fat.
Yeah.
You just lost some weight.
I
you
did.
said.
I did.
Yeah, come on
I've
now.
been fat my whole life, so I've always
Yeah.
been the big guy.
What's a good go-to? What do you like doing at camp?
So, I mean, as I told you recently now, I do carnivore diet, so it's always just meat. But before
can't go
that,
wrong.
I make some killer tacos, and I know we're in California,
Yeah, I know.
and these aren't, listen, they're not like, I'm telling you now, they're not like Mexican tacos, you know. I do like almost like a sausage and peppers type of, I do peppers and onions,
Okay.
and I have special seasoning that I make. I'll tell you if you want. But then I also
Top secret.
I get flank steak, and I'm like one of those people where I can like smell a seasoning and go, oh, that's gonna go good. That's gonna go good. So I eventually came
Nice.
up with this like combo of seasoning that I do. Flank steak. Me and my buddies only cook on wood fire.
right.
I got this
That's
awesome
good.
grill, which I'll plug later, but it's like
Yeah.
American made out of PA.
Like, oh
Awesome.
wait, a grill that you take camping with?
Yeah,
you?
yeah. It's a
Okay.
camp
You can put
portable.
on the fire.
Yeah.
Kind of grill.
Yeah, so it's wood fire. We always cook with wood. If we can't cook with wood, then we'll substitute at that point, whether it's propane or if we do induction. You know, depends what we're eating for fast, if rain, whatever it depends. But generally, 9 times out of 10, we cook on that.
Yeah.
So
In California, you can't cook on wood out
yeah,
here.
so that's like
Hardly at all.
that's another challenge I got to kind of learn when I come out here
Yeah.
next month. You know, or
check
not
fire
here.
season. Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, I just upgraded my setup in my truck, so now I'll have induction cooktop, so I can
Nice.
cook that.
Do you have
way.
the right pans though?
Yes. So
Okay.
I actually also supported another Kickstarter company.
Okay.
called what is it called? Goso cookware. It's like a camping pan. It's carbon steel.
Okay.
And the handle's removable and whatnot. So
Oh, nice.
I like got that, and I'm pretty much ready to go. I got the whole setup's changing now, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, man.
Everyone knows what it's like to go spend some
Oh
money.
Yeah, dude.
You
Fun
totally
Money we
fun.
don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you're selling me your car, right?
Hopefully.
Free delivery.
Yeah, free delivery.
Oh, damn.
Now
That's like
Jersey.
$1,500 saved
Yeah, I was
right
about
there.
to say that's quite a bit.
And you don't have to drive to Washington for it.
Yeah.
And leave it running the whole time while I fill it up with
Holy
gas.
shit, dude.
That was this thing right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually when I made
After-
it more beautiful.
I was a little upset when I found out you sold it.
Yeah, we all were.
Yeah. It was
It's in good hands.
it's a cool little car, like it's a shame that one was front wheel drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in my head I was like, oh, it should have been all wheel drive, but
They didn't make it in all-wheel
Oh,
drive.
really? I
No,
didn't know
not
that.
the R53. No.
I didn't know that.
Some people have made it all-wheel drive with a Honda CR-V motor and drivetrain.
Wow.
So
it
some
became
people have
reliable.
K-swapped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the guy I sold it to, he actually has 8 or 9 minis. He's got
He's like a mini guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so he just
Is
sent
he
me
tall?
to. No, he's a small guy. He actually he's the nuclear engineer for submarines in the Navy.
Oh wow.
He's usually on a submarine. So
That reminds me though, I was going through my old GoPro footage and I found all the GoPro.
it's hitting him.
Yeah.
These are good.
The White Russians are doing their job here. The GoPro footage.
Man, why'd you pee on my rug? That was a nice rug. It really tied the room together.
Hey, man. The dude abides.
All right.
But I found all the GoPro.
GoPro.
You can't say it.
Fucking A, dude.
Spell it. Just spell it. I think it'll sound the same. If you
I found
spell
all the
it.
camera footage from
Yes.
our trip picking up the Mini.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, of us just rocking out to like dumb shit, like
With the
dumb
headliner flapping.
Yeah,
and-
just like
yeah, dude. That was a rad time.
Listen,
Listen,
show you all
it's
that
like you
footage.
said, and everyone knows it. When you have those trips where everything goes wrong, those
Oh.
are memorable. You will forever
Yeah.
remember that car.
Oh, yeah.
Not just
I
for
will.
how cool it was, but what you
Did it.
what you had to do to get it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, not only that, the guy I went to, he had his own adventure with it because it just like I felt so bad. This is why I never want to sell a car to
Yeah.
somebody I know.
Something happens. You think
Something
they think it's
I
you
feel
your fault.
bad.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I didn't know that was gonna fail in 500 miles. Like whatever. So he moved to Louisiana and he brought his whole fleet with him. He's got 8 or
Jeez,
9, like
really?
I said. He is currently doing a Yamaha R1 swap on
Oh.
his vintage Mini, and he just had the CNC motor mounts like sent to him.
So
and-
I've seen that done in the old
Yeah.
like Fiats and the old Minis. They're because they're light enough to do it, and it's pretty wild. But I didn't know he's not doing it to the bigger one. You're saying he's vintage Mini.
Yeah, vintage Mini. Yeah, one of them. He's got new Minis too that he's doing like a K swap to with the all-wheel drive.
K swap is the new LS. Like you
That
K
is.
swap anything, and it's gonna be fast as hell.
Dude, if my 911 ever grenades, I'm K swapping that
You
bitch.
will get hate mail. People will try to murder you. For
yeah.
There's a guy who makes a kit who does the whole motor mount thing. It's only 6 bolts to drop the whole motor.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and he builds the whole subframe for it and everything. It's like Bay Area Fab or something like that. It's on Instagram.
It's just like the K motor is amazing, but it's from what I've heard in the past and learned, Porsche is like one of the best like horsepower per liter motor. Like that they are one of the most. That's why they're naturally aspirated. Now they do turbos, but
they just sound so good.
yeah, they
The
really
flat
do.
6
It's
sounds
just
so
unique. When I was younger, I didn't like them very much. And it's funny being a BMW guy. BMW guys always become Porsche guys. It's like
Yeah.
you
next,
you mature. Yeah,
evolution
next
of
level.
yeah.
yeah, it's true. But
No, it really is. All the memes are about that.
I'll never experience that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm done going fast, man. I ever since I got my truck, it's like I've had low and slow. I've had fast.
So what's your truck now?
So I have a 2020 Gladiator Rubicon,
Okay.
and it's not stock, but it's not much modified. Like thankfully,
You would have to do a lot.
So that's the thing. I'd never been off road before I got this truck. I'd never camped in my life before I
Okay.
got this truck. This truck literally changed my life in a silly way.
Cool.
All I have done to it, performance-wise, it's lifted 2.5 inches on a Clayton lift and re-geared to 513s. And I was on 38s. Now I'm on 37s. I might go 40s.
So 38s down to 37s. Now you want to go back up to 40s?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Those trucks have so much room in the wheel wells that
Yeah.
like 40 just looks right.
Yeah.
And after talking to like the mechanic, I'm like, so should I upgrade the axles? He's like, you don't really need to. I'm like, are you sure, dude?
It
He's
depends on what you do.
So that's
Yeah,
exactly
what
what
are
he
you
said.
doing
He
with
said,
it?
look,
Yeah.
he's like, if you're going to drive like an asshole, pedal to the metal, yeah, you're going to break them. If you take off at traffic lights all the time trying to be cool,
Yeah,
you're going to
stomping
break.
it.
you
Yeah.
have sticky.
He's like, but realistically,
tires.
if you're wheeling calmly, he's like, your air is deflated. You have more clearance. He's like, your tire is softer. It's going to wrap around stuff easier. It's going to climb easier. It's actually, if you're careful with it, it's actually a little less strain because the tire's working harder than your drivetrain is, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to do it without doing the act. Just because I'll be mad at myself.
Because you have
if
Dana 44s in those.
Yeah.
Why did you go?
chromoly shafts minimum.
That's all they say
Yeah.
you really need. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
just
plan on
do-
trusting it soon because I wasn't even planning on trusting it. The only reason I decided I was going to is because when I went to go get an alignment, it now has a little bit of negative camber.
Oh, okay.
And on a solid axle, there's no camber adjustment. That's your
Yeah, I was gonna
axle,
say, you
that's
can't
your
really
axle tube starting to
Show
flex.
their yeah.
So he suggested for me to trust it. And it's
Well, that's
something
what
I've
Brandon
wanted.
did. I don't know if you remember the guy with the Gladiator on John Bull up in Big Bear who ripped it off his long arm kit or
Is he
whatever.
the one who literally had to use like ratchet straps?
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
get- yeah. Okay.
yeah.
That's
I
my
remember
good
that
buddy.
story.
He helped me lower my
He's the
911.
one from Liquid Molly, right?
Yeah. He doesn't work there anymore, but
Well,
yeah.
it was yeah.
Okay, all right.
Previously, yeah.
Yeah.
I use it because of you guys. So
No, he even still recommends it.
I-
He's
yeah, I
it's
still-
good
it
product.
is good stuff.
Yeah.
I got this place. You probably know it in Connecticut. There's a place called FCP Euro. They
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
European car parts.
They're the ones who sold me my thermostat that doesn't work.
Oh shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you. Well, you can get that fixed. They are the only company I know that offer lifetime warranty on every product they sell on the website,
Oh, that's cool then.
Yeah.
and that includes oil. Like
Yep.
you can
Really?
send them back your used oil, and you will get a refund for what you sent.
No
for-
way.
Yeah.
Store credit.
Yeah.
Buy
Store
more.
credit. So you can just buy more. The only thing is the oil costs like $40 and shipping is like $35.
Oh yeah. No.
So I was like, in my head, I'm like,
Save $5.
$15. Well,
Yeah.
it's $15. It'll add up eventually.
yeah. There you go.
But yeah, they
Buy a
cover
quart.
all that stuff. So you can send back that thermostat.
Yeah, but I can't send back the bill that it cost
To
me
put
to
it in.
swap it
Install
back
it,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because it was a faulty thermostat.
That sucks.
It didn't. It was on the 911.
Oh, that sucks. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm over it now.
So how come you went from 38s down to 37s? Trying to save gas, or
It is purely money these days.
Just
It's
what-
insane. So 38. So that's the other reason I might go 40s. I'm going to tell you.
okay?
The 37s versus 40s price is literally like $20 to $30 a tire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's it?
But if I was to go 37 to 38, it's like $100 a
Yeah,
tire.
38s are more of a
It's
specialty.
an oddball. 38s,
yeah.
39s, even though they're available, they're worth way more.
Or you could just stick 37
Yeah, and that's what honestly
and
might end up
save,
happening.
and then it adds up.
that might be that might be what happens. I'll add up to save and get 40s.
There you go.
Honestly, if I had your Gladiator, I'm just looking at your patch right now. 37s.
I'll show you pictures of it, but
Yeah.
but it looks fine on 37s. Here's the other. It's purely a looks ego thing. Because to be very
Ego
honest
thing.
with you, yes, I'm not Will and Doubt. I gotta have a big truck.
Yeah, there you go.
So to be honest with you, all the wheeling I do out on the East Coast, even the hard stuff, I've been stuck maybe twice in that Jeep. I have a winch on it,
Okay.
and it gets through over everything, especially if you are conscious of what you're driving over and you look and make sure that you're choosing the right line, you're placing tire in the right place. I don't need anything more. It's actually cool. We were in West Virginia and we were on a normal fire road, huge washout. I'm talking about like 25 feet of the road is gone.
Oh shit.
About 4 foot down.
Was it after that huge hurricane went
This
through?
was no, this was years ago. This was like when I first got it. And we had one guy with us who had a stock Colorado ZA71. So like all of us came up to a washout. We got one guy on 40s. We got 3 guys on 37s, one guy on 35s, and then a stock Colorado. And
on 31s.
Yeah.
yeah, I
On a
think he
good
did.
day.
On a good day.
Duramax
Yeah, if he
or whatever,
shaves, it's 30.
He keeps them clean.
And but like the cool part about having an overbuilt rig is we went in, we went out. We were done in seconds.
Yeah, easy.
you know?
That is the nice part.
And that's exactly the point. Like the 37s are fine. And I've been caught a few times. I've had to winch out. We even have this game, me and my friends. I went and got little winch hook stickers printed. And what you do is if you have to get winched from a spot, you get a sticker.
Yeah.
And then the only way to get rid of it is we have red X stickers, which I've yet to print, but I'm supposed to get red X stickers. And when you clear that, when you come back, you get to put an X over that winch hook.
Like you conquered
So
that.
the
yeah.
problem is this creates a problem because when you are stuck, you will not admit defeat and get winched because
Yeah.
you don't want that sticker.
Yeah.
So you're like reverse and you're full throttle and you're doing everything. I'm not that guy. I'm like, yeah, just give me the winch.
Yeah, let's just do
I'll
this.
take the winch. But yeah, so it is, again, 40s are not necessary. And even if I come out west here, my truck is fully capable of doing I'd say 85, 90% of the stuff out here.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, anything you want to do.
Yeah. And again, being that it's the first truck I ever had, it's overbuilt. I'm so comfortable and I haven't faced any really crazy challenges. And, you know, I also am the type of guy where if I know I'm going to like totally mess it up and get body damage or something, I'm not going to be that stupid guy. But I have gotten body damage. I have no problem with getting scratched and everything. Like I'm not concerned with that much cosmetics. I'm just not trying to be dumb because I still make payments on this car.
Still got to drive it home.
I still got to drive it home, and I still got to pick up my kids with it every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Like my daily driver is a 2010 Honda Civic with 204,000 miles.
Nice.
And
Just broken in.
yeah,
Exactly, right?
it keeps getting lighter for some reason.
Yeah.
Just pieces fall off of it.
Hey,
Being on
weight
the East
reduction,
Coast,
baby.
Yeah, I literally walk up to it, I see metal hanging, I kick it, a pile falls out.
Oh, from rust
Yeah,
and shit?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Bad
forgot
out
you
there.
guys salt roads out
Yeah,
there.
man. I was just talking to my buddy who's from the East Coast who lives here now, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, cars out here are like cream puffs. There's
Yeah, but I
nothing
didn't
ever-"
think about that.
He's like, as long as they're maintained, they're good cars. You know, I else you can have a guy who was meticulous about his car, and if you're not the type who when it snows, you go get a car wash and get that salt off it right away and everything, then you're gonna eventually have a rusty car.
Yeah, the only time we have an issue is like if we go drive on the beach or something like that,
Right.
but then like fucking
And
pressure
then-
wash
and
the
then
shit
we're
out
all,
of
like,
it.
freaked
yeah,
out,
we're like, oh
right?
God, no.
Well,
yeah.
Mojave Road. You go over the
yeah, 'cause
dry lake
salt-
bed,
salt
it's
river,
all
yeah.
salt.
Yeah, I was down in Outer Banks. You could drive on the beach down there.
Yeah.
And,
I've actually done that.
It's really cool. It's quite an
Yeah.
experience. I got a cool video. I'll show you later. Like my friends happened to come as well. They're not off-roaders, but they rented a Jeep. They came out on the beach with us. I gave them the full experience. I cooked for them. I had the tent open, the awning
That's
open.
cool.
Yeah, they were like, "This is insane. This
This is
awesome."
rad, yeah.
But we were driving home, and I was on the beach, and they're on the coastline, and I'm like on the dunes, and the sun's setting behind me, and they got like awesome roller shot. I had the doors off. I had the roof off.
Hell yeah.
He got the rooftop tent still on there and everything. It was really a cool shot. So that's like a like nice little moment. But that's all I get. That's all the beach I get. That's all the. We're not allowed
We don't
to
really
do
have much
any of
beach
that.
here. Like we have to go up north to like
Pismo.
yeah,
That's it.
Northern California or Oregon, Washington.
Oh,
to go on the
really?
beach. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause by
SoCal is
us-
all too small. The beach.
The only
suck here.
place I can camp on the beach is Long Island, and you can go off on the beach fishing in Jersey, but you can't camp there. And Long Island's 3 hours away. Outer Banks is like only has one spot where you can camp, and that's a like 12-hour drive from my house.
Do they have like is there like BLM land or anything like that out there?
No, we have everything
Forest.
is private by us.
Yeah, because there's not a lot.
It's-
Everything's developed out there.
Here's
We're
a cool thing though, like especially like I said, I live in the woods. I'm not like in the middle of nowhere. You know, I got a Target 15 minutes away. But
as long as you got Target, man, you're good.
yeah, Target and Home Depot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so by us, even by me, so there's tons of quad trails and side-by-side trails, and a lot of the cops even wheel. So by us, what happens is pretty wild. There's Newark, New Jersey, big city where Newark Airport is. They get all their water from the reservoirs up by us. So they have really good water down in Newark. And that's where all the off-roading is. So the ones who stop you are like rangers that work for the watershed department. But for the most part, you get busted. They give you a warning.
Oh, you're not allowed to wheel out there.
You're not allowed to be on there at all. At that point, that's why Onyx for me is actually amazing because I can see property owners and I can see. But you go out there, you get busted. They'll talk to you, especially if you're respectable.
Yeah.
And they see.
You're not a dirtbag. You guys playing footsie over there?
But yeah,
usually I play footsie with him.
that's what's really
Go,
cool.
Jeff.
So like, no joking aside, I can within 15 minutes from my house, I can go off road to a lakeside and go camping.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, like I don't have to drive far at all.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's the part of the journey that's fun is like the trip to somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't do it as often. It's more like if I really need to get out, I'll just go.
Yeah, you
go
need
down
a
the
quick
block.
weekend getaway kind of thing.
I got one spot. It's like a 45-minute wheel to a secluded lake. It's in the middle of the woods, so there's no boats, there's no nothing. You can fish there.
Oh, nice.
There's like a rock that looks like the rock from Lion King. You could stand on. You could jump in and go swim.
Pride
in.
Rock.
Pride Rock. Yeah. And yeah, so that's cool. Like that's within 15 to 45 minutes, I can go camping by my house.
That's pretty nice.
But if I want like legit wheeling, we have another spot. They kind of call it like a illegal off-road park. I mean, we have things where the 37s aren't enough, and then we have things where you can go with a stock vehicle. You get to the top, and you have a view of New York City from the mountains.
that'd be
you know,
rad.
yeah, and that's a totally illegal spot. But again, cops they have no problem with you there.
Yeah, as long as you're
The trail
respectful.
system,
Why is it illegal?
because it's technically not public land. You know,
Okay, so somebody just owns it.
it's state owned. It's not.
It's kind of like over by where we have like everybody does that mountain biking over there. It's technically private property, or you're not allowed to go up there, but like nobody really gives a shit.
So we have these like legends up there. There's a family out of the East Coast, New Jersey area called the Jackson Whites, and like it's like inbreeding and stuff, like really wild.
The hills have eyes. That's
Yes.
what they have. That's what it is out here.
It's that kind of thing. So they own a lot of that land up there, to the point that one time a cop went up there and he was shot by one of them.
Oh,
There's
shit.
a whole story about it. Yeah, like they shot the cop, and technically the cop was trespassing, and so it was like an argument or something, and he got shot.
Wow.
And we've been up there, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm driving, and there's these two dudes looking at me. Practically has his finger in his belly button. And one's got a 1911, the other one's got an AR-15 hanging from his shoulder.
Yep.
And they're staring at you, and you're driving by, and they're like, "Where are you going?" And we're like, "Oh, we're just wheeling through, man."
Jeez.
All right. He just lets you go. Keep going. But all the stories, they're all old stories. Like nothing's ever happened to us. That was the scariest thing that's ever happened to us, you know. But they know everyone goes up there, dirt bikes, quads, everything. So like, unfortunately for me to just to go off road is, I'd have to drive. The closest park is a 3-hour drive just to go on a park. You know, it's not even like me going camping or overlanding.
Yeah.
I have to literally go drive to an OHV park and, you know, pay money, go there, and that's just
With
wheeling.
everybody else, and
Right,
yeah.
and that's just wheeling. I can't go. You can camp in the parking lot, and we all know, like, yeah, that's fun and all, but I'd rather go to a campground at this point where at least I'm outside in the woods, you know,
Yeah.
not just like where guys are partying and whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering, 'cause I was looking at like your Instagram feed and stuff like that. Like a lot of the places you went looks pretty sweet. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like there's trees and shit.
So
You're
that's
doing
the
some
cool
in the
part,
mud and stuff,
right?
and yeah.
None of this, you got to realize, not none of it. It's a lot less traveled than everything you have here at public land, right?
Yeah.
How many vehicles are going over the same trail over and over? Again, you have rocks. We have tons of trees. It becomes fun in the sense that you are zigzagging through trees. You're trying
Yeah, it's
to
pretty
avoid
dense forest.
Yeah, you're
and
trying to
stuff.
avoid your awning getting ripped off, your taillight getting ripped off. You're getting scratched on the side of the truck. Like there's a lot of little obstacles you go through, and we have decent climb, tons of rock, tons of trees.
Mm-hmm.
So it does get challenging. It's definitely you pick the wrong trail, you're going to get yourself in trouble. But it's fun. Like you start to learn where you can and can't go, and then that's the fun. The exploration part is where we're going. Like you don't know if anyone's been there. You don't know if you're allowed there. You
That's
don't
pretty
know.
rad.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I've been doing this 4 years now, and thankfully I haven't gotten in any trouble. Been to some cool spots locally, and you know, me and my one buddy, we're the ones that are obsessed. So me and him, we'll go camping at least once every, we'll do a weekend, a Saturday, Sunday, like once every month or two. And then every like quarter, we do like a 4 or 5 day trip.
Do a big one.
Yeah. So in that time frame, you know, I've gone as far as we went to Windrock down in Tennessee. We've been to Kentucky, North Carolina, and then we've gone as far west as like end of PA. We've gone up to Maine and Vermont. Those were really cool. Like that, you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. But that's it, man. It's all the same scenery for me.
Yeah.
I'm like super excited to come out here and start exploring.
Yeah, it's different. Like I know you're saying, because you were like, yeah, I want to check out some areas around there, and I'm like, well, we got this.
I know, I looked at
we see
Onyx,
trees
yeah.
plenty, but like the trees on the East Coast are different than West Coast trees for sure.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
trust me, even if I got to go up to the pines and stuff, like you guys say, that's like cool to me. I love being in the woods. Doesn't matter what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Even my
Can't
backyard.
go wrong.
like,
Yeah,
I'm surrounded by woods. Like I don't mind mowing the lawn. I'm surrounded by trees. It's cool.
yeah, that's so.
I'm like a little
rad.
hippie inside now. I'm telling you, it changed my life. I make the joke, but like I'd never camped. I'd never gone off road. You know, I was into cars, you know, tuning cars and building cars. I've had a few cars I've built over the years. But like just camping is like a whole nother thing, man, being out there. Then you start to sound like a crazy hippie. You tell people about it. Oh man, you just got to listen to the birds. And they're just like my wife.
The smell of the trees.
Yeah, it's literally that simple. Like the smells you smell. It's just, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like resetting a little bit. You know, you get out there, like your daily grind and bullshit.
Yeah,
you get
it's
out there,
weird,
it's just
man.
calm and like it just feels peaceful. Yeah, it helps.
And then I love my family to death, and I like my job. I have no problem with my job, but I don't know if you guys get this, but the depression of like, going back to like normal world,
the routine
you know?
kind of thing, kind of.
Well, just traffic and people being rude to you when you're getting coffee, or you know, like just like normal day to day. You realize like which one is the right one and the wrong one. Like I feel like we're doing it wrong. You know,
Yeah.
that's what's happened to me over the
100%.
years.
Oh yeah.
I always joke when I was a kid, you make fun of hippies. They're like, oh, they're nuts, you know. But they got it figured out. No bills, no responsibility, and they're living in the woods, you know, like they're just happy.
Yeah. We're all trying to get back to that, man. I mean, shoot.
And then the kids, like my kids love it when we go outside.
Yeah, they could be feral kids, man.
They
you know?
really, yeah. And that's what's cool. So again, I grew up right by the George Washington Bridge.
Cool.
Very busy area. I was between Lincoln Tunnel and George Washington Bridge in a town called Cliffside Park. We're literally on the cliff. You drive to the end of town, it's a cliff, and you can see New York City.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's all Italians and everything. And that's where I grew up. You know, like I was used to that.
Yeah.
And now, like, I don't want to be anywhere near that stuff. I hate it.
Right?
Concrete jungle.
Yeah. And then that's a, you know.
Yeah, like it drives me crazy. Like I work from home, and like I tell Ben, I'm like, dude, I don't even want to leave my house, dude. Like I hate it. I hate going out. Like if I have to go out to go grocery store, and I'm like, I have so much road rage now. It's like, fuck, I hate people.
You wouldn't last 2 seconds with my
Oh
drive.
God, no, dude. I hate it.
I couldn't imagine it.
Yeah.
I like I see now. Your eyes open up. I see like my wife is very career driven, and thankfully for her, like we have a good life
Which is good,
because of her.
yeah.
I mean, I do well. She does better. You know, I'll
good.
admit that. And my brother's also really career driven. And when you see them like locked in on work, that's like their main focus is making sure the job is done and the job is done right. And like that's the thing. It's like that's the wrong mind. And then I'm a union electrician. My job ends when I walk out the door.
Yeah. Clocked out.
Yeah,
Done.
I've been foreman here and there, and I prefer not. Like if it's offered to me, I don't absolutely need the money, I won't take it.
Yeah.
But like I'd rather just, I get to leave work. I work my 8 hours. I'm done. I leave.
Yeah.
There's no stress of work.
What does
and
your
I don't-
wife do?
So she's a registered nurse, but she's worked her way up the ladder.
Nice. Yeah.
And now she's a clinical director where she's in charge of like 16 buildings,
Oh wow.
22 buildings now actually.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time, that's the other thing, is like every week the state shows up at one building. It's her job to run there and make sure
it's on.
that they're doing the right
Yeah.
thing and like that we're not going to get.
Oh, so she's
they're
got
not gonna-
probably a shit ton of stress.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it's like that's where, you know, like what am I trying to say? That's like her Super Bowl. You know, like
She feeds off of that
yeah,
though.
Yeah, she loves knowing. Like she's really good at her job, so
Yeah.
she loves. Even though she complains about it,
We all do.
she
though.
shows up there and she knows that she's walking in.
She's the
Everything's going to be
boss.
taken care of, and
Yeah.
everyone's going to tell her how awesome she did.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
you know, she puts out all the fires.
It's kind of like
She's good at
today.
her
I was
job.
just telling him, I
Yeah.
was like, what the hell? Everybody's coming to me. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
my
love
boss
it when
is-
people come to me. I was like, yeah, that's right.
It's
I know
nice.
what
Look,
I'm talking about.
there's no doubt about that. You know,
Yeah.
working hard and to know that you're
It's
the shit.
rewarding
You know?
for all the work you do. You know.
Yeah. Like she now is known, like when she walks into the building, and now the state knows her. They see her like, oh, hey, good to see you again. And they're like, she just goes through it with them and she knows how to answer all their questions. She's like, it's like hitting the home run every time, right? They throw one at you and you're like, gotcha.
Yeah.
Otani style.
Yeah. Or Aaron Judge, I guess, out there.
Yeah.
West Coast, East Coast. Yeah.
Don't worry. I don't watch much sports, so you could
All right,
make
cool,
fun of me.
You're not into sports ball?
The only thing I tell you,
Yeah, exactly.
I saw Derek Jeter's house because that's right
Oh, yeah?
by where we live. He has
Yeah.
like a big lake house in Greenwood Lake, New York.
Oh, I harassed the shit out of him in Oakland. They were playing the A's, and all we were doing was talking shit to Jeter the whole time.
Doesn't matter, look.
6.
Everyone can talk all the shit they want. So many people love him, especially women.
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
You know?
I mean,
But
Hey,
no
I'll
matter what
never
he does.
say he's a bad player, but we definitely talk shit because I was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Oakland.
Yeah.
you got it.
Talk shit.
Yeah, I don't follow. I used to follow sports. I don't anymore. Like our buddies were like, "Hey man, we're gonna watch this." I'm like, "Oh, tell me how many touchdowns the Lakers get or some shit." You know, I don't fucking care. You know, yeah.
Dude,
hate the Lakers.
I know I don't look it,
Fuck
but
LeBron.
I'm Egyptian, man. I'm a Muslim Egyptian white boy.
Oh yeah.
I used to practice. I don't practice anymore. So like, growing up, my dad owned a travel agency, and he worked all the time. And my mom raised us. I didn't play any sports. I didn't. He didn't. You know, I learned how to tie my own tie. I learned how to shave myself. Like, it was just none of that. And that's why I said on the holidays we didn't go anywhere. I went to my friend's house for Christmas. You know, I went Thanksgiving. So we just go to the movies.
Oh yeah.
Movies were always open the next day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's your favorite movie?
It's tough,
Ooh,
but
that's
I
a
would
tough
say
one.
Back to the Future trilogy is like
Oh, that's a good cut.
I just love everything about it, the whole concept
Yeah.
and all that.
I like the weird one where there are cowboys out west.
So I used to hate that one, and then
The wagon wheel wheels?
then I grew to like that one. But then we're talking like stupid, like Dumb and Dumber is one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh yeah,
I love one-liner movies. You know, I'm like
Anchorman.
yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. I'm one of those people where like I still feel like I'm about to turn 40. I still feel like I'm like, we'll call it 32. Right? I'm still like an idiot.
You're mentally.
You don't know.
28.
Yeah.
You don't outgrow that, by the way.
I know. I've heard, man. I really. It's a male thing for sure.
Yeah.
I'm 42.
Well,
I feel like I'm 22.
Yeah. But I think that's just guys. You
Well,
know?
my daughter's like 13, and she's just kind of like starting to get into like some of the funnier movies. So we watched. I had her watch Talladega Nights the other day.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah,
That's a good
Ricky
one.
Bobby.
Rick and Bobby.
People
Chicken
hate
bake.
Will Ferrell. I'm sorry. I love all of them. Just like Pauly Shore. Everyone hated him at the
It's a
time.
love
I
or
love
hate
every
thing,
Pauly Shore movie.
But his movies are fucking funny.
Yeah.
You know, you're old school. I mean, I lose my shit over that, dude. Yeah,
Dude,
But like,
that's
I had
how
her watch
found
it,
out.
and she was like laughing her ass off, dude. I'm like, hell yeah,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Yeah.
So that's my daughter. My daughter is totally my kid. My wife regularly yells at her like, "You are so
Just
your
like your
father." Yeah.
That's your oldest, right?
That's my oldest.
Yeah. My oldest is a carbon copy of me.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Like she'll even make fun of my wife sometimes, and it cracks me up. My wife's like, "I hate you both." But yeah, it's cool. You know, like the older stuff is
They don't,
different.
and they can't make that kind of movies anymore, dude.
Well,
Oh
I don't know
my
if it's because
gosh.
I grew up in the, I was born in the 80s. I don't know if it's because I grew up in that era, but I just feel like 80s, 90s was peak movies.
They were though.
Comedy
Peak
movies especially.
everything, bro.
Everything.
Yeah.
Every
music. No, I
cars,
agree. But again, is that because we grew up in that era?
Probably.
You know? The movies were
But no,
fantastic.
see, I'm older than you
Well,
guys.
you think about it. Hold on. Yeah, you're about
I'm
to year old.
I'm another, but I
Fucking
agree
dirt
though.
over there. What?
But I'm agreeing with you that
Yeah.
the peak, and I'm
Well,
older.
because here-
I'm a decade older than you.
Here's how I explain it. Okay.
All right.
So back
Hold
in
on,
the
wait, hold on. Is there
'90s.
any more in that?
Yeah.
You need some more.
I need a little more juice here.
So like 80s, 90s, everything was very mechanical, very real.
Yeah.
Right. And then you start getting into like the later 90s, early 2000s. Everything's like internet driven.
Well, that's when it's starting. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I remember the first time I got
screens,
a computer.
right?
You know?
Yeah, the internet, the dial-up, the
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, I'm
AOL.
like
noises,
19
yeah,
when I got
AOL.
my first phone. You know?
Yeah.
And my kid, like, she can't survive without her phone. Dude.
My daughter was 9 when she got her phone.
Oh, I'm like a Nazi with my kids. Like I just won't let her. Like we took my first trip I took with my kids. I went 5 hours to Vermont. My son at the time was 2. My daughter was 8. And I 5.5 hours, 5 hours and 45 minutes. That's when I finally gave up and gave her an iPad on a like 6.5 hour road trip. And I'm not gonna lie, like if you don't want your kids on that stuff, it's more work, and I don't always want to do it.
No, it's good. If you
That's
can-
when I finally gave in. I was like, all right, you know what? My brain's fried from trying to entertain you.
Daddy needs a break.
Here you go. Here's
You
the
can only
iPad.
like count how many license plates, play the game,
right.
the letter
Dude,
game, the A, B,
every
C, D, F,
card
G.
game I see at REI that's like, oh, road trip game, I pick it up, and
Do it.
they're always stupid. They're not even good games. Don't waste your money, anybody.
Yeah. I remember driving down to the farm, and my grandfather, he used to always like play jokes on us and pranks and stuff. He loved the Wrigley's double mint gum or whatever.
shit, yeah.
And then he would like wrap a piece of cardboard in the gum
that
wrapper
was
and
his
shit. He was like, "Oh, would you like a piece of gum, Ben?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And I grab it, and then I was like, "Oh, it's fucking cardboard, dude!" Like my grandfather used to play stupid jokes on us
That's
all the
awesome,
time.
though,
Like
dude.
that was his entertainment. And then my dad, I think I've said this on other podcasts, but like my dad would like play his collection tapes, right? Because back then it was
Yeah,
tapes,
your
not
music.
even
Yeah, I
CD.
remember your Yacht Club
Yeah.
tape.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I didn't know what the hell yacht music was until I heard this podcast.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yacht
Yacht
Club.
is the
Dude, I have
best,
my
dude.
own, dude.
You have your own playlist,
Spotify,
right?
yeah.
Spotify
Yacht, it's
playlist.
called Yacht Club. If you want to join the club, just hit me up. So, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. My Spotify. No, but yeah, we used to play games, and my dad used to be like, "Okay, so who's the artist? What's the name of the song? Album it was on? What year? Like, all these other fun facts about it." So that's what we did when we were driving. It was always just like random
Gotta
shit
make
like that.
something up. Yeah.
Well, that's my point. Is like when we go on these trips, I'm like, dude, you got to suffer and learn. And that's part of. So that's the problem with today. Unfortunately, in my opinion, is like kids don't suffer anymore, and I don't mean suffering like being treated poorly. I'm just like something as simple as right. My daughter can go and watch any show she wants whenever
Dude,
she
they
wants.
don't realize.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to realize that sometimes you don't have a choice. You're
Dude,
going
we
to
had
watch.
to use our imagination.
Yeah. But it's as
The
simple
only time
as
you watch shows you want, it was like Saturday morning. That was the only time you could
Yeah.
log in. Otherwise,
If you didn't
But,
wake up,
yeah, you gotta get up
for
early.
Saturday
I
morning
missed that, my
cartoons?
show.
Dude, I used to watch a show called Exo Squad, and it was on at like 9 or 10 a.m. And dude, sometimes I'd sleep through it. And I'm like, no, and I had no idea what happened.
Yeah,
because there was no replay.
yeah. But that's
Hopefully you get a rerun.
It's such a silly thing to think of, but that is literally a challenge. Like teaching her that she doesn't have the option
Yeah.
to choose whatever she wants. Right? Just being right now. We've been on vacation. You watch whatever's on the TV,
Yeah.
whatever's on the hotel, and guess what? They said didn't watch it.
It's on demand. That is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, like I would just like stare out the window and like use my imagination, like like on a long road trip
Right.
or something. Like I had nothing else.
But
to
that's
entertain
exactly
me.
like the tablet thing. I have no problem her using it. A certain amount. I don't just want her. I just don't want her buried.
Limited. Yeah.
She can, I don't have a what is it? I don't have the screen time thing on her.
Oh, okay,
She could use it as long as she wants. but she'll use it for like maybe half an hour, right? Just because she's gotten used to that. She gets bored of it.
Yeah.
She doesn't need
That's
it,
good.
you know? And it's just literally as simple as that. Is like, if you sit there and teach them that they don't have a choice, try and figure something out or do something else, you know, you don't have the option of choosing whatever you want. Just that simple thing alone is going to help them.
So I have to admit something today. It happened today. Okay. My daughter was in the bathroom for a very long time. Okay, she'd kill me if she saw this. She's 14. She's a big girl. She's going into high school next year. She made the cheerleading squad, all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
She was in there. I was like, what were you doing in there? Were you taking a fat dump? Like, what's the deal? Like, you know, I was like, I was a dad, dude. I was like, did you turn on the fan? Like, Jesus Christ. No, she's like, no, I was just sitting on the toilet. I was like, what were you doing?
On my phone.
On her phone.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that. I'm not going to deny
Until
it.
your legs go numb.
Dude, my legs go numb all the time, dude. What are you talking about? Every morning.
Dude,
That's where I talk to Ben. No.
until this carnivore diet. Carnivore
the
diet,
meme.
man.
Are you playing footsie with me right now while you're talking about taking
yeah,
a dump?
Dude, I did it again before. It's like right there. I don't know how it keeps happening. But yeah, until this carnivore diet, man, I go once a week now, thanks to carnivore.
Oh,
diet.
dang.
It sounds crazy. Not
Do
to
you
get
drink
personal.
coffee?
Yeah.
That's a diuretic.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
Wow.
Because your body's using every single thing you're putting in.
Yeah, it's just absorbing all of it. Yeah.
And once a week, maybe twice a week. That I go. But anyway, yeah, I'd sit there on my phone. My wife has this joke. Like, I'd be in there for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing in there? I'm like, I don't know. I'm waiting for it all to come out.
Yeah, just gotta make sure it's all there. You know, I want to get up halfway through.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Dude, I had to send like 20 Instagram reels. Okay.
Yeah, catch up.
I was just binge watching this whole season of a show.
Getting caught up.
Screen time on demand. That's what I'm talking about.
I was watching the Average Overlanders podcast.
Yeah.
That's right.
I try and limit it. Like, we'll go to camp and like we got to do camp stuff. Like, we'll play Uno or something like that. But like,
Dude, Uno's a great game.
it's a good
by the
game,
way.
dude. Yeah. And yeah, you can play with multiple people. And but like, yeah. But once it's like bedtime, you know, like we'll put a movie on.
Right.
You know, that's when I'll pull the tablet out and we'll watch a movie or something just to go to bed. And
I meant to ask you, man, like, you know, I got this big trip now coming. I don't know what I'm going to do with my daughter the whole time. Like, this is going to be 8-hour plus days of driving. And then when we get to camp, all right, I could do at camp, we can have fun.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
camp's
go
camp.
on little hikes,
Yeah,
you know,
find stuff
scavenger
to do,
hunt,
yeah.
whatever, s'mores.
Yeah, build
But, like,
fire, do all that
Yeah,
fun stuff.
in my head,
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I going to do on these long ass rides?
You got to break it up.
Yeah, so
Stops are key, man. Like, Zoe's been a trooper because I've been dragging her since she was like 4.
So that's the thing. Bella she's the type that like she's really resilient. Like we forcefully put her like we're staying in this car for 10 hours whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
She won't complain.
That's good.
Driving to the Outer Banks is like 8 to 10 hours. We do that every summer. And so going out initially, I'm going to be going to Denver to get the canopy camper installed. So I was like stopping in Cleveland, which is like 6 hours. I was going to stop in Chicago, which is like another 5 or so. Going there, I have no problem. It's going to be the Denver to Yellowstone. That's 8.5 hours right there. And then we'll be up there 2 days. Then I'm going to Grand Tetons, which is about an hour and a half. But then from Tetons next, it's going to be another. And then coming home, in order to get home on time, I got to do eight at the minimum per day.
Yeah, we just did like our New Mexico, that whole trip. In between each like designated stop was like probably a good 8-hour drive every day.
And there's going to be tablet use there, right? There's going to be books. There's going to be like...
Well, luckily for me, she likes to read.
She's just starting to.
So,
she reads these I Survived series. You guys know about
those
these?
are rad. Yeah.
She's like heavily into natural disasters.
I love it.
You don't even know. She found
Sign
out
me
that
up.
there's a wildfire right now going on, and it's like...
Is there?
Yeah, it's like an hour from where we're staying in Anaheim.
No, there's fires all
And
the
she's
time
like...
here.
She's like, is it going to get near us? I'm like, I don't know. It's an hour away. I don't think so. She's like starting to get nervous.
Did you see any of the tsunami signs down by the water?
No, she read about the tsunami.
Okay, yeah.
And that was another thing I had to explain. I'm like, Bella, it's not like a tidal wave the size of a building that comes. I was like, it's just a lot of
flood
water.
rush.
The amount of water.
Water coming in that just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, she's teaching me stuff with these books.
Hey,
And
cool.
so I've been making sure like she's into them. I keep ordering them on Amazon. Just keep getting her books and keep reading as long as she's into it.
Yeah, that was like my big thing with her is like she likes to read. Like she would read like a whole book. I can't read in the car. I'll get car sick. I was like, forget about it, you know? And so like, yeah, she would read and then music. I let her control the playlist sometimes. I'm like, listen to your music.
God.
Well, luckily,
I would never do that. Sabrina
whoa.
Carpenter,
No,
like
she didn't listen to that.
24/7. I'd be like,
no, she listens to like Blink 182 and some
Oh,
decent
so your
kind of
daughter's cool.
music. Yeah,
My daughter,
Nirvana.
Because our daughters do dance, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
My
that's why
daughter's
they're
all
that.
into like today. I didn't even know. I put like a top 40 playlist just for her to listen, and she's singing Billie Eilish. I'm like, how do you know the words to that?
Oh, my Claire, the second daughter, she will sing every word to every song. She literally, her whole goal is to master the song. And I'm sorry, I love her to death. But when I walk in, I'm like, ooh. Like she's got my tone, but like my wife's brain.
Gotcha.
She'll remember it, but she just doesn't
Can't
sound
sing
good.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. But she's great at dance. And I just told her, and we just signed the paperwork today, so she's going to do a solo.
Oh,
She's
cool.
never
cool.
done a solo. She's been dying to do one.
My daughter's on her second or third. I forget. I think
Yeah?
she's her third. Yeah, I mean, dude, we had. This has nothing to do with overlanding, so I'm sorry.
That's
But,
okay.
like, she had like
Halftime
it was just like a movie. Like lost her steps on stage, froze, looked like spun around, right, and mid spin lost it, and then as she comes around, looks at the crowd, her face has dropped, tears are starting, and she runs off stage.
Oh no.
But dude, she is a champ. She
Got right back
she
up.
made her teacher told her, she's like, you need to get back up on that stage,
Yeah,
or you're gonna never be able to do it again. And the judges let her come redo her dance. She redid it. She got through it.
Awesome.
And she's since then done other solos.
Good.
But it was the most terrifying thing to watch. It was just
bet,
like
dude.
movies. It was like a bad movie scene. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, this is terrible.
yeah.
Like, what was that movie where she like literally? Oh no, it was Ashley Simpson on Saturday Night Live. Remember when they started playing the
that's
wrong
right.
song and she was just kind of
Lip
like
syncing to the
just,
wrong-
like ran.
Yeah.
off
Oh, I
stage.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
You didn't see that?
No.
Oh, it was back in the 2000s.
I was
still
too busy riding
teenager.
BMX bikes back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like we just signed the paperwork, so she's gonna be doing a solo. So she's been dying. She's been asking because my oldest daughter, who does dance too, she's actually quitting to do the cheer team because they have to like fully
One or the
dedicate.
other, yeah.
They won't allow you to do any other extracurricular activity.
That sucks.
So
That's pretty shit.
she's like, oh, so that means I can do a solo this year because you're not gonna be spending the money on her. I'm like, cheer costs just as much.
yeah. It's
We're
not
sending
cheaper.
her away to a 2-week camp in Palm Springs. Like it costs money.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So any of you guys, you think you'll ever make your trip out east?
Yes, absolutely.
I'd be happy to meet somewhere in the middle even.
No, I really
What
want
is the middle? Is it like the Mississippi?
You know,
Ozarks?
America's pretty boring. Yeah, I
The
guess
Dakotas.
Ozarks would be a really good
dope.
spot actually, because we've been wanting to plan a trip out there, and that's where they do the More Expo.
Yeah.
We were gonna go this year. I was contemplating it, but since I'm doing going to Colorado and everything, I was like, I can't take off work that many times. But I heard there's some serious wheeling there.
Oh yeah, no,
Lots of
huge
big
out there.
water crossings, like really wild terrain.
Ancient caves.
Yeah.
Weird people.
Yeah.
Middle America has lots of weird
Yeah.
people. But
No,
yeah,
I definitely want to do East Coast. Like my dad grew up in New York.
I remember you saying
Glens Falls.
Tennessee or something like that. No, weren't you? I thought you said North
I've been to-
Carolina or.
Yeah, I've been through there a bunch. 'Cause we used to
Where
go
are you originally from?
San Diego.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah,
why
born and raised out here. My dad, my mom's
in the
from
Navy.
Yeah, my mom's from Chicago. My dad was from New York,
Okay.
upstate, in Glens Falls, Lake George, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I love Lake George.
Yeah, so
that's only like 3 hours from me.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So we used to go out there all the time for. They have we have a family cabin on Lake George, and so we'd go out there like.
You still have it?
Somebody in the family still has it, like an uncle or cousin.
Can I rent it?
Maybe it was fucking a bitchin' cabin. We used to have family reunions out there and shit, and yeah, we'd go out there we'd go out there in summer. We'd go out there in winter, go skiing, and then.
See-
but we had like my uncle lived in Maine, so we go visit him, and then we drive all the way down, go to like Cooperstown, do all the. I love the East Coast driving through there. All the history, like all the
So I'll
old
admit,
forts, all that
East
kind
Coast
of shit.
has its
Rad.
beauty, right? I
Yeah.
think the part that I strive for or miss out on is we don't have the elevation.
Yeah, you
come
don't
out
have the
here,
mountains
yeah.
and the hills and
Like
stuff.
I have, I'll show you. I got some
Still
beautiful
get
views.
snow.
We do. Snow is cool.
get
I mean,
weather.
snow wheeling's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And even like West Virginia, don't quote me on this, but I think the highest point is in West Virginia or Virginia on the East Coast, a part of the Appalachian.
Mm-hmm.
And we went there. It's like 4,300 feet, something like that, 4,800.
Okay.
Okay, to me, that's like, that's it?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm
It's
saying. Like, that's not.
That's like Thomas Mountain.
That's not anything, you know.
No, Thomas Mountain's over 5.
I know that's what I'm
like
saying.
almost
Like,
6.
yeah.
But that's our highest point, you know, or
Yeah.
close to the highest point. Don't
What about
quote
like
me anybody.
What are
nobody
like the
get mad at me.
Smokies? Are they?
I don't know. Let's see. Should we do it?
Oh.
Yeah, let's find out.
Let's ask our friend.
Should I do highest point on the East Coast?
There you
or
go.
just
Yeah.
Smokies?
Yeah, just East Coast.
Okay.
See what we got.
You guys could keep talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, we just gotta
Dead
wait it out.
airs. You can wait with us. Yeah. No, I would love to go to the East Coast. That's like a bucket. I want to drag my my daughter out there.
Vicky's family lives in Virginia.
All right, so
and
sorry.
What do we got?
Mount
Yeah.
Mitchell, North Carolina,
North
is
Carolina.
6,684 feet.
That's the highest peak on the East Coast.
That's the highest.
6,600.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty. That's decent.
That's like the start
That's like
in
Big Bear.
Colorado.
I know.
That's like Big Bear.
I live,
We have
I live at
legit mountains down
1,700.
here, so,
That's
yeah.
where my house is like between 15 and 1,700.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. That's Jersey, and then High Point is the highest point in New Jersey. It's from me is only like another couple hundred feet from there.
Oh.
Not very much more.
Yeah. Barely.
Yeah.
Like a little speed bump. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you came out there, it'd probably be really cool to you because what?
Big Bear, Sugarloaf.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a little town.
Is that a
outside.
low point for you, or is that like a decent?
Sugarloaf Mountain at Big Bear is almost 10,000 feet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's not even that high.
9,952.
That's like an average.
Wow. Yeah.
Mountain
Like I'm so
forest.
pumped when going to the Grand Tetons and stuff. I was looking like at the elevations
Those
there.
are
I'm like,
bitching though, dude.
yeah, there's like 8 and even 10,000 over there. Where I was like, oh man, I've been on every app, man. This is such a stressful trip for me to plan to
Dude,
try and
it's
make
tough.
sure.
Like I've been. Oh, so here's another app because we were talking about that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like a lot of my trip planning was done with Overlander usually.
Yeah.
And
I signed up for
Yeah.
the new one. It's really so far pretty decent. I don't know.
yeah, if you do the paid one,
Yeah.
the free version sucks because you have to like download like each state individually. You can't just download them all.
And it was very slow.
And it's super. Yeah, it sucked. But I haven't tried the new one, the paid version.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just give you my login, dude. You can.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
It's I think it's a good one now. As far as that's concerned, it's fast. There's a lot of spots.
I have all the fucking apps, but like the Dirt,
I've heard of that one. I haven't used
it's not
it.
too bad.
I mainly have
I
been
used to use it
bouncing
a little
between
bit.
Onyx and Overlander, and then I'm a patron subscriber to Lifestyle Overland, so he shares his
Oh,
spots.
that's cool.
But unfortunately, that's not why I signed up. I just like his page.
No,
I
he's-
like him. I like his family.
Yeah, I love their content.
He's a cool
Yeah, I
dude.
met him.
rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him at Overland Expo East.
Yeah.
He's a really, really cool guy. But I didn't sign up for that because I live on the East Coast. They're useless to me. But I was like, oh, I'm going on this trip. And as I looked, I mean, he's not by any of the national parks.
Yeah,
As a
nothing.
YouTuber, he can't film in there and do any of that stuff.
Yeah,
so-
he does more dispersed stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but there's so much. I mean, you've got every spot he's ever been to on there. It's pretty cool.
that's pretty nice to have access to that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's using like a new program. He's working with another company called MapKind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard that he's using something different, but I didn't know what it was. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Map kind.
Like Mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good spots. I have a couple little spots I've saved near like Jackson Hole and stuff like that near the Tetons. I might even try like Grays River Road.
I saw
seeing some
Pacific
stuff.
Creek was a good spot. So like because I don't have the opportunity to do this often, I'm trying to find a campsite with like an epic view. I want those
You want to
Tetons.
make it fucking count.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. I mean, so I don't know if you know, on Onyx now there is a layer of dispersed camping, which is
they do have one.
oh, it's amazing out here. By me, there's nothing,
Yeah.
but out here it literally shows you it's these yellow lines, and you can see everywhere you can disperse camp. And so there is a ton of dispersed camping by the Tetons, at least. So
Yeah.
that's the unfortunate part. Is like I'm bringing my 10-year-old daughter, and I'm literally winging where we're going to be sleeping.
That's how I do it every
Yeah,
trip.
but honestly, that's sometimes how the best campsites
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
about.
You're just
that's
like,
what I
dude,
hear.
this one we scored. Yeah. No, like
And I'm like scouring like a crackhead. I'm like looking at everyone's post and like they
Where's
post their
they at
pictures.
here?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, what's that? Oh, that's a good view. Oh, what road is this? And how can I link
well,
to
it's
this?
like I'll look on YouTube. I'll just watch YouTube videos all day long, and then I'm
But
like,
it's like all of it. Overlanding, dispersed camp. It's so taboo. Nobody talks about where they go or where
yeah, a lot of
I hate that,
gatekeeping.
dude.
I know. I get it. Listen, I get it, but it is so difficult to actually, without doing, I mean, I guess that's the point is you go do it. But I'm on a time crunch.
Yeah.
I live thousands of miles away.
Luckily, a lot of the just regular-
Aim.
Well, yeah, we have a good buddy. He
Yeah,
goes
I know.
everywhere.
Yeah, I follow him.
But
Yeah.
I don't
lot-
understand how the hell he does it.
The dude is a machine. I don't know, man.
And his family is willing to go do it.
They
all.
love it.
Yeah,
they're about it too. So
Yeah.
that works. That makes it.
They
easy.
are so hardcore. Like, imagine your truck, right? He has the same one. And before he even got his Super Pacific, anything like that, it was literally just a Rubicon. And they were on the Mojave Trail, and he has, 3 kids?
Yeah,
at this
family of
point?
5. Yeah.
Family
I
of
don't know
5.
how the hell they fit in there.
Dude, he had like a hammock on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, no
The
way.
His
kid
kids were
below-
little at this time though, but
Yeah. And then 2 kids below, one in a hammock, and then his wife and the passenger and him and the driver, and they just slept.
Well,
I'm
you
going
could
to
do
say
it in a
this,
minivan, dude.
and I'm going to
Yeah,
say,
but the minivan has more room than
Yeah,
a
probably a Gladiator, yeah.
interior.
I'm going to say this, and I hope Aim doesn't get offended. All right. My best friend growing up was Filipino. I think Aim is Filipino, correct?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Those people can do anything.
Oh yeah, they're
Like they come from such a poverty country that was probably a great night's
Yeah,
sleep
they-
for them. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like they can survive anything.
he might be actually be watching. You should be monitoring her,
Oh,
her
damn, I
page.
should
He's
log
probably
in.
talking
He's probably
some
like,
shit.
yeah.
I mean, listen, I borderline. I make a joke that I'm part Filipino because my best friend from kindergarten. I'm still friends with him till today. I've met him in kindergarten, and we're still friends.
Oh,
today.
that's awesome.
He was in my wedding. I was in his wedding.
Oh, cool.
We lost touch a little bit during high school, but then we're back in touch again now. But like I like all the snacks they have because I grew up going to his house. Again,
yeah, it's just-
I was Muslim. I didn't celebrate shit, so I'd go to his house Christmas morning. I'd go to his house Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
I was always at his house. He was 4 houses down from me, and he was my first friend that I made. And so I love the
awesome.
Filipino culture. My wife works with a ton of Filipinos as well because she's in nursing.
nursing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love
his,
the culture.
his wife's a nurse.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So yeah, if anyone can do it,
Yeah.
it's definitely
They can make it work. Yeah.
But I can't even imagine if I told my wife we're gonna go sleep on hammocks outside.
Fuck.
She'd probably take the car while I was sleeping.
Yeah, I'd leave you out there.
Yeah.
Bye.
No, luckily there's like a lot of good, like even the campgrounds out there because everything out in that area is just beautiful.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't go wrong.
That's what is cool. I mean, we don't have that at all.
Yeah. At all. Yeah.
Oh, the girls are
So,
sneaking
yeah.
out.
They're making
hey.
Well, they haven't come down in a while, so that means at least they're getting along.
Yeah, right.
That was my concern.
Yeah.
Kids not getting along.
Man, kids are brutal.
No.
But yeah, if you guys ever make it out by us, man, it's like,
No, I'll definitely. I mean, it's going to be a little bit, but
For me, I'd just fly.
dude, fly.
I almost drove.
pick
I
me up
hate
in
flying.
Newark.
Like we had a family reunion.
From what I remember, you do not mind being a passenger. And we
I
don't
don't.
have to
I'm
share
passenger
tents.
princess.
We
Give
had
me a tent cot.
we had a family wedding in North Carolina, and my dad's like, "I'll buy you the plane tickets, fly out," and I'm just like, "Yeah, maybe I'll just like drive. I'll head out a few days
you wanna
earlier."
do it, right? Like,
yeah, I would rather drive than fly anywhere. dude.
agreed.
Yeah.
I've become so comfortable. Like my setup, I just recently sold everything, so I haven't been able to camp for like a month.
Yeah. So wait, what were you doing before? Like a rooftop tent?
Yeah, so I had a cap on the Gladiator, and then I have
Wedge
a solar
tent.
setup. Yeah, I've gone through. Me and my buddies, they make fun of me and one other guy. We literally go through tents like crazy. So that company's out of
Yeah.
San Diego, and not to be mean, their tents are terrible, but they're very nice people.
company
They
is
tried. I don't know.
Oh,
Do
you
I
don't
want
wanna
to do
say,
that? That's not nice.
Yeah.
It's local, you know. They are good. They're no. Listen, it's a good quality. I just learned. So there's a balance between lightweight versus
I would
comfortable.
say I think I
Oh,
could know.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. And I went the lightweight route because I thought it would. It wasn't what I thought it was based on the pictures, but no fault to them. Every input I had, they like took my input. I had FaceTime calls with them, and I'd show them, look, you shouldn't use this fabric. You should do this. You should, things like that. And I think they've come a long way. But I've had a million tents, and so currently, what I had right before selling was I had a cap, an ARE cap, and then. Everyone's always concerned that you can't put weight on there. Well, at one point I weighed
Fiberglass?
Yeah.
Oh.
I weighed 335 at one point, and my tent and everything, and I slept up there, no problems. Nothing cracked, nothing broke.
Right.
The only thing I could think of is I built, because I'm an electrician and I deal with Unistrut, Kindorf,
Yeah, baby.
I made a rack inside my cap, and that rack was bolted to my cap. And so
Structural
Electric
rigidity.
support.
my
yeah.
bed
Yeah.
my bed had no flex because of that rack. And then I had the tent overhung over the cab of the Jeep. What I did is I put a rack there, but I just put rubber bump stops
Yeah.
so that
Okay.
it can flex still.
Still has some
everything can
movement.
move separately.
Yeah.
I never had a problem. But right before I still have the tent, but I had a FSR Odyssey, which is like a freaking studio apartment. It's awesome. It's 91 inches lengthwise on the inside, 55 inches wide. And headroom, like me sitting up, I have like probably a foot and a half.
6'1", right?
Yeah, 6'1". I sleep better in that than I do my bed at home. And my only complaint about that is that the style it opens, you're gonna get a little wet if it's raining. You got to open it up
Okay.
and then get it
To
open and
get
set
in,
it up.
Yeah.
So that was my only complaint. But till this day, the best style is a wedge style. I had a iCamper BDV Duo,
Okay.
and that's been my favorite. My wife makes fun of me because like I'll be at Home Depot and some guy's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "You want to see?" And she's like,
let me show you.
"She's like, please don't ask him about it."
Don't
And
encourage him.
Sure enough, I popped it open. I'm like, "Look how fast it opens!" I'm like so excited to show it off. And that's the FSR. I can't show it off that quick. But yeah, so I'm ditching that and just going an easier route. There's Dirtbox Overland. They're like a new company.
Dirtbox Overland.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're out of Denver.
Okay.
I met like the owner at Overland Expo East, and I saw his tent, and the dude is cool. The dude, his name is Jay Couch. He like built Unimogs for the past 25 years. Yeah. And a lot of his Unimog tech went into the design of this camper.
Okay.
At first, I thought it was made in America, and then I found out it wasn't. They're made in China.
Everything
But
is.
the whole thing is
All the
extrusion.
tents are.
Yeah. So they designed. This is like a plug for them. I don't even intend on it. But they designed all the extrusions. There's 109 extrusions they designed. So they all get printed out, or not printed, but extruded,
Yeah.
and then they weld everything and rivet it, and that's how the whole thing's assembled. So it's like really
pretty
cool.
lightweight then still.
Lightweight, rigid as hell, and good price. So they're in Denver. There's a place that installs right by me in PA, but they wanted $1,300 for shipping and $700 for installation.
Jeez.
I was like, that's gas money. I can just go
Yeah,
go
make
to
a trip
Denver,
out of
make
it.
a trip out of
Grand.
it. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
make a trip out of it. So
So you're not going to have a tent on
so
on your way out
right
to Denver.
So I'm gonna have to motel it the way out.
Okay.
Not a bad thing. It's showers.
No, not so
daughter's
bad.
comfortable.
It's only 2 days or 3 days that I'm
Yeah,
taking my
not a
time
big
going
deal.
out there.
It'll be good.
But like I went ahead and scouring the forum that I'm on, that the people have Dirtbox. I went and I got a specific Molly panel. I built my whole solar setup. So my DC to DC charger, I have all my wires, my disconnect, and I got it quick connect to 200 amp hour lithium batteries.
Nice.
So like I'm going to go out there, they install it. I put my setup on, plug it in, and now I have power
Ready
for
to
my
go.
fridge. I have diesel heater. I have everything.
You have like an
Induction.
immediate setup.
Yeah, literally bolt on setup.
That's pretty rad.
What
I
do you
got
cook
pictures.
on? You said you had
Oh yeah, we skipped over that.
So
yeah.
you guys know
When you're not doing wood fire.
Built Right Industries?
Yeah.
So they make these things called universal tech panels, and they come in different sizes. And I went and I saw on like a Dirtbox page on Facebook, there was people who mounted one of these panels up. So I saw what size panel they got, and then I bought all my gear, and then I made it. And that's 2,000 watt inverter. I got a fuse panel with switches and circuit breakers.
Clean.
Yeah, real clean. I'm pretty proud of it. And then I what I did is over here.
Was that the burn digital?
Yeah.
Go back.
Ben's like, whoa.
Oh yeah, that's
saw
cute.
the
That's a
dome.
good boy.
Yeah.
That's a good
Oh
boy.
yeah, look at that. Yeah.
It's a girl. Her name's Maple.
Oh.
Still a good boy.
Yeah,
It's a dog.
she's very cute.
They're all men. Shit. Little girl.
See what I did here? I put 2 Anderson plugs. One of them,
That's what Adventure Power Solutions does.
yeah. So one of them goes straight to my starter battery, and then the other one goes to my 2 lithium batteries or LifePo batteries. So that way I could just disconnect it and connect it as I need. You know, if I got to take the cap off for whatever reason.
How much solar do you have?
I haven't got solar yet because I
Okay,
don't have
well,
the canopy, but
okay,
I'm gonna do 200 watt.
200? Okay.
Honestly, my last setup, I
should
had a 30 amp charger with a 100 amp hour battery. It just did fridge, diesel heater, and LED lights in the camper and whatnot, and that was fine.
Got by with it.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna do induction cooking. So I went up a little
extra.
bit. Yeah.
What size? What kind of fridge or size?
So I'm pretty pumped on this. First, I had a Iceco, the new APL 55.
No, okay, that's a nice
Super beautiful
Yeah,
fridge.
yeah.
All right. I just didn't like the actual layout of the way you put your food in.
fridge. Okay, yeah.
It made it very cumbersome. Like if I just want a drink, it doesn't fit in the top. I got to pull out a crate, get the bottom. It was just, and it was
Yeah.
massive, massive. Really nice fridge though. So I sold it and I just went with their brand. I went Set Power, and they have a DT45, which is a 45 quart dual zone.
That's what I have in the camper.
Oh man, it's
love that thing,
small
dude.
too. It's
Yeah.
so small, and it's perfect for me because like my goal with this new Canopy camper, I can now stand up inside to change and
Nice.
do whatever I have to. So
That's
I wanted to keep like the front of the bed clear, so I'm putting this in the back corner. I can still these gull wing open off the sides. I can reach into the fridge and grab what I need. It's not going to be on a slide or anything. I'll just be able to grab.
Yeah, as long
it
as
from
you
the back.
have access to it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Yeah.
It's just all trial and that's all it is. Everyone is like they always say it over and over, but trial and error. You
Yeah.
try your setup out and see.
Yeah,
what
you're going
works.
to change it so many times. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, Ben.
I don't even have my current cars here.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the joke. Is like I said, I've literally owned 8 rooftop tents.
Yeah.
I've changed 3 or 4 different fridges. The cap is the only thing that's been consistent since I got it. Once
Been
I put
solid.
the cap on, that hasn't changed. But I had everything on the inside of it. I built it all up with the Kindorf on the inside. I had roto packs inside. I had diesel inside. The diesel heater would just be on the outside when I was using it. But I got it set up where like I literally have extra space. You know, like I have room for firewood.
Room to move.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I didn't sleep out of it. Now with this new setup, I'll be able to function out of it. You know, bad weather, change. I don't need all that stuff. I was changing on the side of my truck, make sure no one could see my junk.
Yeah, I used to hate that with like the rooftop tent. Like you couldn't stand up.
Yeah,
you always had to do
gotta
that
sit.
shuffle and kind of lay
your ass
down.
sinks down into the seat, so you're like in this weird V shape.
Yeah.
And you can't get your pants on.
Yeah, trying to make it work.
I literally would come out with my pants off.
Yeah, Ben didn't give a shit. He'd just be out there.
I
What
would
up,
literally
everybody?
walk down to my rooftop tent. I have no pants on.
And let's admit, we've all done it, right?
Oh,
you
yeah.
unzip the side of the tent in the middle of the night, and there's a stream coming out the
Yeah,
side.
yeah. You don't
I've
walk-
done that.
And
yeah.
you're like, don't get the fabric. I gotta sell this
Son
tent.
of a bitch.
Yeah, I would sit on the ledge.
Gotta
put my
lean a
feet
little
on
bit
the-
out.
Oh, you put your feet down.
Yeah.
Put my feet
I'd be
on
on
the
my
ladder.
knees. I'd stand on my knees.
Yeah,
Oh.
just enough to like.
Yeah.
It's cold out there,
It's
man.
almost like a
you know, come on.
yeah. I just angle to the side. I mean, you know, we camp with girls too, like Allie or
Yeah.
whoever, right? And so that obviously you couldn't do it then. But
The funny part is how loud everything is, right? When
Oh,
you're
at
camping.
night.
So like peeing in the middle of the night, that is extremely
Everybody-
loud.
Yeah, like,
The
everybody
zipper-
hears this
the
shit.
zipper
Dude.
alarm in the morning. I hate the zip-
Instant, dude. Yeah.
My one buddy, man, we can go to sleep at 1 a.m. He's up at like 4 or 5. And
Really?
he's making tea. And I could hear zzz, zzz, and I'm like, bro, I don't get to sleep at home. I have kids.
I'm
I
sleeping
was like,
in.
you need to fucking get back in there. Do whatever. I was like, it's not time. It's not time yet.
Yeah,
that's literally
the
how you
alarm.
know it's the zipper.
Yeah. It's an
I
alarm.
actually
First
saw a
person to-
comedian talking about that today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so funny because he was talking about how the zipper noise, right? He was basically complaining that like people would slowly do the zipper.
Trying to
worse.
creep it. Yeah.
He's like, it's the same volume. It just takes so much longer.
Like a Band-Aid,
fucking
just get it
do
over with.
Yeah.
Rip it
Yeah.
off.
I
yeah.
do that. I do the rip method.
Yeah.
I'm just like, go. Quick.
Yeah, about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I try
But
to
it
do
is
this
incredibly
shit pod.
loud.
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly
It
loud.
is.
Yeah. And the pee in the middle of the night,
Yeah,
like, that's the scene.
Like a waterfall.
And then everyone just gets paranoid. At least with us, with bears and stuff, you know, you hear any noise in the middle of the night, you're like, what was that? And then my buddy's like, Omar. I'm like, yep, that's me. He's like, all right.
All right, we're good.
And if it wasn't, he wakes you up. And you're like, fuck,
like, what?
I don't
He
care about the bear.
so my buddy, he's got his own business. He takes care of himself, and so he has a family. So this is the guy that got me into it. He's 53, and he has 3 kids, and
He's older than Jared.
Wow.
and this dude, and I know you could fab. He fabs everything. He's the type, like when I got an idea in my head, I run it past him because he'll find the things that I didn't think about, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, if you mount it here, this is in the way, you know? And him, he became friendly with Eric, Sequoia. What was his name?
Oh, that's not Eric. Sequoia?
Yeah.
That would be
Adam?
Twigrig.
Adam.
Twigrig.
Twigrig,
Adam.
yeah, yeah.
So him and Adam started talking because I put him on
Oh,
to
okay.
Adam
Oh, Jesus.
through the
Adam
podcast.
is a maniac, okay?
Yeah, be careful.
Well, they started talking because my buddy went and bought a Sequoia and he put 35s on it and he triple locked it and thing was legit.
Triple locked. That's all because of Mojave.
And so
Did you do portals?
no.
Oh.
And that's been a big talk with one of our friends in the group. This one guy, he will like literally, he just keeps making these builds in his head. They never happen,
Oh, shit.
but they're always like so crazy.
That's
yeah,
Twig
yeah.
Rig.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did he ever end up in Gladiator or no?
Twig Rig?
Yeah.
No, he bought a Colorado.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Well, it's
ridiculous.
the GMC version. I forget the Canyon.
Oh, yeah, the Canyon.
But he got the Super Alpha, so it has the small block Chevy V8.
I never even knew that existed.
Yeah, it's a unicorn.
It wasn't my year generation. It was
The older
the first
one.
generation. So the first generation was basically the same thing, like the H3 Hummer, and they had a small block Chevy option. They also had an option for lockers.
Oh, no way.
So it's a super reliable parts availability everywhere, everything. So yeah, so he's building up his.
Yeah.
Does he still have the Sequoia?
No, he's
No,
still
he sold that. He sold
traded it.
that. Oh, yeah, he
Traded
traded
it
it
for a
for
TJ.
Yeah. And
The
that
yellow
lasted a couple of months.
That's a bad trade.
yeah.
Well,
depends. The TJ
sorry,
was nice.
I was thinking XJ. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like my XJ.
XJs are pretty nice.
So by
too.
us, the XJ is like the redneck Jeep.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh,
You know.
The kids, especially
that
if
year,
It's not
too.
even just by you.
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
woods,
It's a unibody.
Yeah, I live in the woods, and I mean, I literally have a joke. Sorry, I jump all over the place.
No, we do too. That's perfect.
I have ADHD.
I'm gonna tell this quick one. And I'm gonna come back to the
All right,
Sequoia.
circle back.
All right, do
So
it.
yeah, long story short, I was camping in a local spot by my house, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and we just hear this revving, rev
yeah,
limiter.
bouncing it, yeah.
And my buddy's like, yo, is there a car coming? I'm like, no way. Sure enough, like 5 minutes later, you see headlights. Dude, these 5 kids roll up, high school kids, wasted.
Yeah.
Completely wasted. But this is where I'm really proud, you know? They're proper, respectable boys. They showed up drunk, and the leader yells at all his friends, like, don't touch any of their shit. They got expensive shit.
That's awesome.
AKA they have guns.
And then they start catfish fishing down there, right?
Okay.
They start catching fish. I have music on, and the one kid's waiting. He comes like, hey, excuse me, sir. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I really like your music. He's like, could you just turn it up? I had Zach Bryan on. And then I had chocolate chip cookies. I gave them some. They were like so happy.
Dude.
And then
catfish?
they caught little ones. And then they cooked some burgers and they cooked some dogs. And then he comes to leave. He's like, do you have any power steering fluid? He's like, I just blew a line coming here. I'm like, no. He's like, how about motor oil? I'll just throw motor oil in there. I was like, no, I don't have that. He's like, all right, fuck it. And he just turns around, just revving it, getting out of there. You know, wasted. All of them wasted.
Oh man.
But that's like normal town living by me. Like, there's nothing else to do, you know, other than go into the city, which is an hour drive.
Yeah.
Instead, they go to the woods and they get messed up.
They're not causing trouble.
But he was respect. I was so proud of how respectful they were.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
And
then
he respectfully asked, do you have these things?
Yeah. Don't bother them, you know.
And then they left. You know,
Turn up
they
the
were there for
music.
like half an hour. And they left. They didn't cause a problem. They didn't cause a mess or anything. Cleaned up after themselves and we're gone.
Legit. Some good kids.
Yeah.
Matt Kester's watching.
Oh, wow. What's up,
There's
Matt?
no such thing as a bad trade for a TJ.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I said I said I thought it was an XJ.
Yeah.
Oh, Overland Priority. What's up? You already missed. We were already
Hey.
talking shit on you, dude. No, just kidding. We were talking about how you're
All love, all
Filipino
love.
and you guys can do anything.
Yeah. Aim, can you make me some lumpia?
Yeah.
Oh, lumpia. Yeah.
Pandesal is another one. Pandesal is like this like bread that they have. You eat it with margarine. That was always really good.
Yeah,
Love
so I did this like car club run, and we went to this Filipino restaurant, and they had this like lavender ice cream with a bunch of like jelly beans or whatever it was. He'll know what it is. Please comment, AIM. It was delicious. It was the most expensive dessert I've ever bought, and it literally looked like a mishmash. Like my daughter made it when she was in kindergarten.
But with the good?
It was good.
All right.
It had like the creme milk on it, or whatever, the condensed milk or whatever that they put on top. It was so delicious.
They make some really good stuff.
Oh my god.
And they're great people.
Oh, yeah.
They really are. But on the other end, like they could be really crazy people too.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
Yeah, he said he will make you some. So
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
All right.
Tell him to meet us in the Tetons first week
Tetons.
of July.
Is that
First week of July, Tetons.
is Expo East already happened yet? Or
No,
not
Expo East happens in October.
yet? AIM, if you're watching, are you going to Expo East?
That's October. He's going to go all the way out there?
Well, he's sponsored now by Hankook
Oh.
Tires.
Wow.
So he's been going to all their expos.
Have you
So-
seen his latest commercial he just did? He probably shot it himself.
No.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, it's so cool. Like he's got one of those fisheye lens like 360 cameras, right? And he was going through like all the different terrains and the water and everything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Which
Yeah,
is
it
your
was
best?
He's better at
is your
shooting their commercials than
He is.
them
That's why they
themselves.
picked him up, dude. Well, I think he's trying to get a job with their marketing, but
Well,
and I saw him
They
on.
should.
Yeah, AIM. Go check out Epic Family Road Trip's latest YouTube video. You're in there.
Oh, that's cool.
He was talking to him at Expo.
dude, he's a
I'm not going to
celebrity
lie.
now.
I'm trying, like this dirt box, they're new, you know?
Yeah.
And I offered them. So I got lucky in the sense that their salesman told me about their like V2 one that's not out yet. And then I put my money down on that. So I'm picking it up.
Oh, you got the
Right. So it's
new.
It's new. No, it's not even out yet. Yeah. So I said to them, I'm like, yo, if you guys need a truck to show up at Expo East, and they were like, oh, we could probably work something out. They're like, we weren't planning on going east this year again, but maybe that'll be a good idea. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's all they got to do is they don't have to drive anything.
Yeah.
They just fly out there, show up.
yeah, set up their booth, and I'll have my truck there.
That'd be rad.
I hope. We'll see. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
They should do it.
They're-
do
You know
it.
what it is?
They should sponsor the Overland. Average Overlanders podcast.
Average Overlanders. You're not far away. No, but that's what's always cool. Like that first 10 company I told you about, when they're new and up and coming, they listen. They're more open. You know, they're not just going to shut me down because I only have a few followers.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I have a different page that I just do. Like mine is like my main page with my family, and I do some off-road stuff. But I've been trying to build up one, which is Mountain Born Off-Road.
Oh, more just
Mountain Born
outdoorsy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that one out.
Check that one out.
Yeah.
That's
I haven't
more, that's
seen
more
it.
strict. What?
It's more strict, more corporate.
That's just
It's not
more,
family.
Yeah.
Yeah. All.
Except recently, I made a post for my daughter, and by mistake, I posted on that one. So.
Dude,
it happens.
It's hard, man. I have 5 Instagram accounts. Trying to juggle them all is.
Why do you think I deleted it all to one?
Well, I thought yours just changed. You changed the name.
I did a couple times.
He does that a lot,
just, like, got rid
which is
of it.
annoying. I have to constantly update it.
I only have one now.
Yeah.
And it's my 911.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little sad to see, like, I was like, listen, I'm a 911 guy. I think they're beautiful, but I'm like, he's gotten like no like off-road rig. I know you got the Porsche. Is there more stuff and plans for that, or you gonna keep it like OEM plus?
Well, there was.
The plan recently was to sell it.
Again?
Nah, I'm gonna keep it. It's too nice.
changes
it's so comfortable. I love it. It's just like every time I drive it, I'm like, why would I fucking sell this?
Well, who's that?
But then you sent me like you wanted to buy a Land Rover like 2 days ago.
Yeah, but that's like in addition to the, the fleet.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not gonna sell the Cayenne, honestly. Like, I mean, eventually I will, but like, not in the near future.
Yeah.
It's
It's
too
a
comfortable.
cool truck.
Dude,
Listen,
it's got
when
air
you
conditioned seats. I'm getting like 20-something miles per gallon. Got a ZF 8-speed in it.
What's
It's
the
got
dude-
400 horsepower.
Who's the dude that got real famous because he like lived out of his Cayenne and then he built it up?
Harry.
Harry, and I
Yeah.
talked to him today actually.
Okay.
Because he was talking about like etiquette. Actually, this is Overland related. So he was talking about etiquette.
He doesn't have it anymore. He bought a Unimog.
Yeah, but he was in it and he's got his dirt bike thing on the back.
Yeah.
So he was traveling around and he's like, okay, it's the middle of the week. There's a tent set up and a couple chairs, but nobody's here.
Yeah.
He's like,
What's the
this
etiquette
is
on
the
that?
campsite that I was going to use for the weekend. I showed up a couple days early. He showed up on like Wednesday or Thursday. And he's like, what's the etiquette? So he did a poll. And I was like, dude, don't touch your stuff.
No,
So
yeah.
I didn't know where he was. He didn't like tag.
Oh,
where he
you
was.
literally said like, that's my stuff. Don't touch it.
No. I said don't. I was like, don't touch their stuff because they may come back and they're gonna get pissed at you. And he was, and so long story short,
But
what
can he
happened
camp
was,
there?
He was like, well, I really wanted this space, and that's why I showed up early. And I'm like, yeah, but
Someone's
you
there.
don't
They
have
claimed
it.
it, unfortunately.
And so I said, don't touch their stuff. I said, you can, because it was late, you can just kind of like camp there and post up. But, if they show up, then you should
leave,
move, right?
I think a proper way of thinking about it, if you are going to leave camp and you're going to leave your stuff there for a while, just leave a little note that says,
Be back tomorrow.
Be back. Yeah. Like, because in a sense it is etiquette
But a
as
lot of
well
people,
to let the
like,
person
set
that
camp.
just showed up and because there's people who just show up and they might be there the week and they just leave their stuff to go and come back.
Yeah,
and
or they go hunting or
Right.
do something else, and they're not going to be back for a few days.
just to let them know because I think that's just common courtesy. But at the same time, the rule is if there's stuff there, you're shit out of
yeah,
luck.
you clean.
Yeah, I think he was just kind of more bummed than he was. Okay, personal opinion. I think he was more looking for
Validate.
Someone to say go for it.
validation.
Yeah.
Say go for it. And a lot of people did. They were like,
really?
no, fuck those people. They shouldn't just leave their shit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, I don't know where you're at. I said, are you near the Pacific Crest Trail? Because a lot of people, like our friends Allie Venture, she does the Pacific Crest Trail in like sections. So she'll go set up like, I don't know, some like food cache or drink cache or whatever. And would they do that so that they go hike and then they'll eventually end up at a certain spot, and that's kind of like their supply route. And I was like, well, maybe these people just like set up a camp so that they could eventually get there and they'll have something when they arrive. And he ended up responding. He's like, no, I'm not near the Pacific Crest Trail. He actually tagged where he was. It was in Utah. He was outside of Salt Lake, like the southern part.
I mean, I
So
know a
it's
lot
like,
of people do
oh,
that.
okay,
They'll, or they'll base camp it. They'll drop all their gear and they'll go wheeling for the day.
yeah,
and then they'll
yeah.
come
But
back.
this is
and
over
have a
like a
place-
2-day period. And he said
Oh,
nobody
it's-
ever came
Oh, it's
back.
still there.
Yeah, and so he camped
That's a
there.
tough one.
That's why I told him. I was like, don't touch your stuff.
Right.
You can
Yeah.
camp there.
Yeah.
Camp off to the side.
The
And if they
honest truth
show
is,
up and
like,
leave.
if you show up and unfortunately that's the spot you want and all that, but if there's something there, you got to move on.
Because people
I've
were
heard
asking
you how many
him-
times I've heard you say you show up and there's gear there, there's people there. You just
Yeah, sucks.
it is what it is.
Yeah, you got to kind of concede, take the L.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the etiquette. Just like when you're driving down a trail and another one's coming, like you got to back up. Like
Or you've had those people like you're at camp and all of a sudden somebody's like, I'm going to camp right fucking next to
dude,
you.
it's the worst. The whole point you're
off,
there is to
dude.
get away from people,
Yeah.
have them quiet. And when you have some guy who just rolls up and parks right next to you, it's like, dude.
Yeah.
And that's happened to us
Yeah.
many times.
It
And we're like,
sucks.
So again,
Yeah.
pros and cons of East Coast is like none of that exists. All the camping we do, I hate to say it over the air, is illegal. Like I'm not supposed to be there. Some of it, not all of it. We do have some fire roads and stuff that we do. West Virginia is a great spot for us because you can get good views and nice campsites. But majority of the time, like we're just going into the woods somewhere, finding a spot where we can camp where we're far
Nobody's
enough.
gonna bother you.
Yeah.
Yeah, away from people. Yeah.
And then campsites are your only other option, and you have ones that are like a KOA. Do you have KOAs out here?
Yeah, we do.
Overly crowded
Yeah,
and
we don't-
disgusting,
try
and
not to
it's
be
like
It's just a
Woodstock.
concrete
Yeah.
slab is
Yeah.
what Patrick used
And
to
like
say.
I hate saying this, you know, you feel like such a poser when you show up to camp in one of those. Like I want to go when I go camp, I want to go where other people can't go.
Yeah.
And I want to go where it's quiet. And
But if you're just moving, like you were
True.
talking
Yeah, if
about,
you're
going out
on the
to
road.
Tetons.
so I'll admit, when I first started doing all this, it was like, no, I need a view and I need a lakeside or
Yeah,
a riverside.
yeah,
Like there's
yeah.
no. Now it's like, yeah, we'll go campsites just because over the years I've grown to just love just being in the woods. You know?
Just being out.
hanging out.
Yeah, like the trip we're gonna be taking up north and stuff like that. Like, especially like Oregon and stuff. There's not a lot of dispersed camping either. It's all like a lot of it. Majority is all campgrounds,
Okay.
and it's just they're nice campgrounds.
Yeah,
though.
you just got to find the right one. That's
yeah.
all.
I was like, whatever. They're not bad. You pay a $15-20.
Well, that's what I've learned. To
I can get a
accept.
shower.
My one,
A lot of
I
the
made
time.
like a YouTube video once, like ASMR
Yeah.
of me just camping by myself, and that
cool.
was right by me, a state forest. It's one of my favorite campsites
Yeah.
till this day. It's like right along a creek. There's not people there
Yeah,
often.
they put them in nice areas.
Yeah, it depends. Some of them do.
Yes. Yeah.
I
I've been to a few where I'm like, the fuck is this shit, dude?
But the worst is
I'll
like
go
I'm looking
park
at
in the
these
parking lot.
Teton camping sites, and it's like, yeah, there's the mountains right there, and there's trees right in front of you. Like,
I can't see them.
who made this campsite? Why didn't they, not or trim these trees as they were growing or something? I don't know.
There's a good.
Yeah.
I'll drop you a pin for that one. There's one through the just past Jackson Hole, through the like the Elk Preserve,
Okay,
and you drive through the preserve, and on the backside, like you can get up into the hills.
is that like Union Pass?
I can't remember the name of it.
All right,
But there's a campground, but you can stay at the campground, but drive past the campground, and there'll be like a sign saying, high clearance vehicles, 4-wheel drive necessary because it's all jacked
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And you do. It's last time I went, it was pretty rutted out and stuff like that. But get back further, and you're away from all the people, and you're up higher, and you have bitchin' views. You're overlooking like Jenny Lake and everything.
That would be really cool.
It's really nice. So
I'm literally just winging it. I've been studying Onyx, saving trails, and
just
looking
have
high
a
over
general
land.
idea of where you want to
Yeah.
go.
and have a couple campsites because
Yeah.
as we discussed, and I'm going to read some of the comments, Matt Kester and Overland Priority both agree that, hey, it's somebody's spot. You know,
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
just move on. Don't be that guy
Yeah,
type of deal, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Matt Kester did say he's like it's a good way to have an awkward introduction to the business end of a 12 gauge.
yeah,
So
you'll
we
find
are
out real
west,
quick.
right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's one of those things where you just kind of have to take the L. That's why you got to have multiple backups, A, B, C, D. Kind of
Yeah.
fall back.
Give yourself
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
Well, that's the
I
hard
pull into
time. Is
camp
the
at like
one that
11 o'clock
always
at
slips
night.
away from it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's 30 miles on this trail. I'll be there in 2 hours, and then it ends up being 4 hours. And when you have a kid with you, then you're like, they
Yeah.
need to get to sleep.
That's
you gotta
why,
set up.
like for me, I don't give a shit. I'll pull off into the back of a
Right,
gas station
totally
and
don't
sleep
care.
it off if I have
We've
to.
slept in Walmart parking lots.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But like with my daughter, like I've been on some sketchy like
Well, that's the other thing.
hills
yeah.
have eyes kind of shit too. I'm like, fuck this,
Dude,
dude.
that is- that-
I'm
I'm
like sleeping
very
with my gun
fearful.
the entire fucking time,
My
but-
wife literally said, she's like, you better bring our daughter home.
Oh yeah, that's
She's like very concerned.
priority one. And did you guys the bears are real. You got bear
Mountain
spray.
lions too. Like we
Oh,
don't have
yeah.
mountain lions on the East Coast. They've been extinct for a while. I've
Oh,
heard they're
yeah.
making a small comeback, but mountain lions scare the crap out of me versus a bear.
Yeah,
Because-
mountain
Oh,
lions
yeah.
are fucking mean. Dude.
Yeah,
Did
the-
you see the one video? The one guy who was doing like the trail running, and then he
Oh,
ran
they're
into
chasing him?
The
one.
guy with the gun who had to shoot it.
No, he didn't have anything, and he was just like yelling and screaming. And he was backing up as the
And it
mountain
like,
lion was walking,
kept coming at him. Yeah,
and
that
he kept
was-
on like running at him and doing
Oh
stuff.
no! I seen
you
the
didn't
one.
see that?
I seen the one where the guy had to shoot it. Did you see
Yeah.
that one?
Oh yeah, I saw that one
He
too.
like didn't shoot it. I don't
like,
think he
"Don't
shot
do
at
that."
it.
yeah,
Though.
he shot it.
Oh, he did get
Yeah,
it?
He got it.
yeah, he
Okay.
was yelling at it, like, "Don't make me do this!" Basically.
Oh, okay. I saw another one where he shot like near it and it scared it away. But
So
it's a
that's
different one.
why I listen to Tooth and Claw. It's like a funny podcast, but
Okay,
it's
I'll
also
check that one out.
educational.
Yeah.
But they talk. It's a podcast purely on animal attacks. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
But they're
okay.
like one guy's like a stoner, the other guy's like really smart biologist. Like they're brothers. and then-
You mean comic relief? And
it is,
smart.
yeah. And then
Knows
The
what they're talking
producer's
about.
also really funny. He's like into anime. He's a cool guy, Mike. They're all really funny. But it is because the one brother's an actual biologist. He gives you the science part of it, and he breaks it down what the person did wrong, what they could have done in those scenarios, and etc.
Monday morning quarterback. Yep.
Yeah.
ESPN. Yep.
So
Got it.
I personally I listen to it just for the event that I get in an encounter, And mountain lions scare the crap out of me because they always come up from behind,
Yeah, they'll stalk you.
Yeah, and they say you don't know they're there till they're there.
Yep.
And then that's why they say with a mountain lion, you have to always face it. Don't take your eyes off it.
Yeah.
Because if you turn your back on it, then it's going to attack.
Yeah.
So like things like that. Like I learned that from
You
that
become
show.
prey.
Yeah.
If you run, then
and
it's
they go
like,
for
okay,
kids.
well, I got to chase you now. Yeah.
They literally look at their prey and they're like, that one's going to fight with me a little more.
Yeah, what's the
I
weakest?
could take this one out. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's like scary.
Yeah, we went to we talk about all the time, Arizona, right? And I told the story about the jaguar in the cage, and then my daughter Claire, who was a lot younger at the time, it was fixated on her.
Yeah.
And even though it was this thick glass in between, it literally did the whole stalking thing, and then it jumped and like attacked the glass. She was right there. I got it all on video.
That's pretty
So yeah, I mean they go after the young ones.
Yeah,
because
young and weak.
prey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the stories on that show I've heard it.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
But Overland Priority said the good thing about bears outside of California is they don't know how to open doors on cars. California, they do.
Yeah,
Really?
they'll crawl up in
No
there, dude.
way.
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
Holy crap.
They know where
Yeah.
the snacks are kept.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to be unprofessional, but my wife's asking for the address, so I'm just going to text her.
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick.
Fire
Oh, she's
away.
coming back. She's like, hey, sir, you're done here, sir.
Yeah, Target's closed.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
She's really understanding. The fact
No, she's been cool. She's been cool. We won't keep you too long.
Yeah. Sorry,
You all right
I'm
there?
I'm still fighting my postnasal drip. It's
Yeah.
gross allergies, but Matt Caster goes, you got to wear a Halloween mask on the back of your head to throw them off.
There you go. Smart. Just put your sunglasses on backwards and run.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. It was bothering me because I was talking to Neil tonight, Neil Skis.
Yeah.
What was the name of the preserve that we went to in Arizona with Matt Kester? What was the name of that?
Kofa?
Kofa. Okay, I knew it was a K.
Okay.
Sorry, I just had
There
to
you go.
remember that. All right.
That's the other thing. I know so many of these different spots now just from listening to this podcast over the
Yeah.
years. I know nothing. There's nothing by me. You know, I'm like, oh, where to go? Literally, we're like driving. I'm like, oh, that's the one. That's the
We've heard of this
395. That's
place.
395. They talk about that all the
Yeah.
time. Oh,
Wait, you saw the 390? Oh, yeah, because you actually live on
I live
Butterfield.
technically at 395
Technically,
right
I think
there.
off the
395.
top of my head, 405 sounded familiar.
Oh, yeah, the
The
405 through
15,
LA.
right?
That's all right. I live
15.
off
Yeah,
15.
yeah.
Was
right
there
up.
the 5? I drove on 5.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
So like all of
That's
those,
Anaheim.
I'm like, yeah, I've heard these. I've heard.
Anacrime.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. Santa Ana, stabbing Anna. Same thing. You know,
Kentucky.
Funtucky.
Listen,
Yeah.
we got our problems in our place. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we got some of the highest like drug rates in Jersey in certain spots. There's like an area called Patterson, which is like pretty
Yep.
bad.
I've heard of that.
Worse than Newark. You know, Newark's bad, but Patterson's like really bad. And I worked there. I was a bouncer.
Oh, you were a bouncer
Yeah.
for like a.
I bounced for a
club?
long time. That was like good money for a while. Down by us, there's also a spot called Hoboken, which is
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Carlos Bakery is.
Oh yeah. So
Hoboken.
that's right across from New York, and it's a big party town. I bounced down there for a long time. I worked for a company. You get paid like $120 for like
Yeah,
3 hours.
unite. Yeah.
You know, I didn't have to do anything crazy, thankfully. Only once or twice there was like some
You just have to
scares.
look scary.
Dude,
Yeah,
when I
you're a
worked
big
for-
dude, so that's all you
when I
gotta
worked
do,
near
yeah.
Patterson, this literally happened. You know, like I ID everybody, and this guy comes in and he's like, "Yo, I don't have my ID, man." He's like, "I just got out of jail. Here's my bracelet. It has my birth date on it." I'm like, "No."
Actually, that's a double negative right there.
Exactly.
You lose points for that one. I was
That's
like,
an Uno reverse, bro. Get the fuck out. You like how I
and I
type
was
that
like,
in?
I like
yeah,
it.
I was like, no, that's not gonna work. I need a government issued. Man, that's government. I was like, no, that's not a government issued.
That's state
ID.
issued.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
a
like,
different
I was like, I
little,
need a driver's license or a state ID.
little photo,
But yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Well, I guess that is government issued technically, but you know. I was thinking federal and state. My bad. But yeah. Oh, you were a bouncer
Yeah. I mean, I
at like bars or
yeah, it's just
something?
bars.
Yeah.
Bars. It's pretty funny. Like,
How, did you make like good tips?
no. So there
You
was
don't make
occasional
tips.
times. There was occasional
Well,
times
you
where people try
can.
and throw you some money. Yeah,
Oh,
they've
let's
tried.
slide you in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I never took anything just because like I can get in deep shit if I
Yeah, it's not
let
worth
some
it.
kid
It's
in
not
and
worth
he
it.
gets in trouble or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've got kids hop the fence in the back of the bar and I find them in the back and I got to grab them. I've worked at really busy bars, like heavy club type bars, where like. Yeah, you literally feel like SWAT. Like it's me and other bouncers. We're all like
Just
checking each
scanning
other.
the
Yeah,
entire
like looking at each other.
time.
You,
Yeah.
you good? You
Signals
looking at,
and shit, yeah.
And then something breaks out, and I mean seconds, and they're outside the bar. You know, every one of us comes, grabs them, and just rushes and throws them outside.
Drags them. Yeah.
And there was a funny one, like St. Patrick's Day in Hoboken gets crazy. And
Oh, I
I
bet.
started working at 10 a.m. is when it started.
Oh.
10 a.m. I showed up, kids are
Oh,
already
Patty's
drunk.
Day, yeah.
Yeah. And this was such BS, man. I was like at the bouncer, my wife, girlfriend at the time, came to come visit me. And like, there was these two girls before she came, and she's like, please let us in. I'm like, no, you can't go in until it's like one in, one out. So like she's like, please, and she like I said no. Then two guys walk out. I clock them out on the counter, and then she goes in. She gives me a kiss on the cheek, and she goes in.
Shit.
Yeah. So then
Shit.
then the two guys standing behind her, they're like, oh, you just let her in. She kissed you. I'm like, no, dude, two left, two in. You know. My wife shows up, and she's their girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, dude, just let us in. You let that girl in because she kissed you. And I'm like, no,
Thanks,
no.
bro.
That's not how it happened.
No.
I'm looking at her like, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Shit.
Yeah.
Matt goes working the door at the Bada Bing.
We've been
Yeah.
there. We have that. You know, James Gandolfini is the guy who played Tony
Yeah, yeah.
Soprano. His father
Yeah.
was the janitor at my high school.
Shut up.
Even after his dad blew up, his son blew up, and he was James Gandolfini.
He's still working at
He still worked there.
high school?
Yeah, he's still around. He outlived his son.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's funny you talked about St. Patrick's Day. I wonder what year it was because my wife and I went to New York City because I had a job out there and we flew out there. She came with me, and it happened to be on St. Patrick's Day. And I went to work, and that was down off Madison Avenue. And she was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go like tour the city. It's like 9:30. She literally almost gets puked on because everybody's so drunk and
yeah.
it's not even 10 a.m.
I couldn't believe it.
And she literally was like
As soon as you wake
she got a little bit on her or whatever, she was next to the hotel, but yeah, it was like already? It's not even 10 a.m.
Got started
Like,
early,
come
man.
on.
I was in
man.
shock when I showed up and there was already I was already having problems with drunk people. I was like, wow, this is early as hell. Did they like drink through the night? Like, I don't understand how.
Hell
they
yeah,
got this
that's
messed up
Irish,
that
man. We
fast.
like to.
We're getting some bouncer questions here. This is kind of funny.
no.
Yeah, what do you got?
So one of them says, "How many McLovin IDs have you seen?"
Oh,
I haven't. I got a funny story about McLovin. All right. One of my best friends from first grade looks just like McLovin.
Oh, shit.
So like as a joke, someone got him a McLovin ID off
Perfect.
eBay. And we went once to a bar. This kid is of age, and we went and we showed it to the bouncer. The guy's like, "Yo, this is fake," and he's like, "No shit, it's fake. Haven't you ever seen it?" And he didn't want to give it back. We're like, "Yo, have you ever seen Superbad? Like, you don't know what this is from?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No." He's like, "This is
he
clearly."
didn't think it was like.
No,
he just thought it was fake.
He
because
thought it was like a fake ID, and we were trying to pull off that it looked like he looks very similar to him, but it clearly wasn't him.
Yeah.
And it was McLovin. It says McLovin on there, and this guy had no idea.
He thought you were really trying to pass it off.
What a
as like
square.
Yeah.
But I have never gotten McLovin IDs, but I will tell you
Some bad
that was
ones.
like the fun part for me, right? My boss really taught me how to spot them, and I loved catching the kids and like proving to them it was fake and whatnot. And we get to keep them. We don't even give them back.
Get a little collection of fucking
yeah,
IDs.
you start to have a collection.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, over the years you start to notice like, oh, okay, this kid got
The
a better
same
one.
dude. He's
But
moving
there's
up.
one kid, I remember he showed it to me. I'm like, yo, I don't know, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. And he comes often, and eventually I was like, all right, fine. And then I got to know him. He comes all the time. Bro, like 2 years later, he like comes up to me. He's like, yo, bro. I'm like, yeah. He's like,
I'm
was
actually
fake.
21 now.
yeah. He's like, I'm 21 now. He's like, that was my brother's ID. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so it was a real ID. So I didn't catch it. 'cause it
but
was
he
real.
looked like his brother.
But
so
he
yeah.
I was like, this looks, whatever. I'll let him in. It looked
yeah.
like, and so yeah, like there's been plenty of times like fake IDs catching them. Some they're pretty decent.
I actually, okay, my dad listens to this. I don't think he knows this. I actually had a real fake ID.
Yeah.
I found it. I was literally at the gas station, and I found
It just
on
looked
the
like
ground.
you?
Yeah, it was like the most like serendipitous thing. I literally am at the gas station. I'm like pumping or whatever. I forgot exactly how I found it, but I remember it being on the ground, and I was like,
It was a sign, dude. It was just
I was
left there.
like, and then I picked it up. I'm like, this dude actually has blue eyes.
I could pull this
He's
off.
just a little bit older than me. I
Which is
kind of
good.
look like him. You know what I mean? And it all kind of matched up. And so I actually used it, and I bought liquor at the liquor store and everything. One liquor store was like, I don't know. But I spent a lot of time studying the address.
Yeah, like, no.
Yeah, you got to memorize.
Steady.
I mean,
the
I
birthday.
literally know my driver's license number by heart. Like,
I do too.
See, I don't. I don't even know mine now.
Do you know why? I mean, I got so many tickets growing up.
Yeah,
that
that's why I
learned-
know mine
I
too,
learned
for all
how
the
to
time I was in
input and
court
make
and-
payments
yeah.
and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are always in shock when you know your driver's license number.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. 893. Oh, never mind.
893. I got
Well,
you.
you got the first part. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, ours like correlates. It's weird. The last four numbers are your actual birth date, and then like my wife's the first four numbers now match my first four numbers because she has my last name. So it's something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, mine doesn't
Each number stands for
correlate
something.
with anything. And
Letter in the alphabet, 1 through 26.
Me, my brother, and my wife right now both have the same start to our driver's license. You know?
I'm
So
trying to like think of mine. No,
Is that a New Jersey thing?
it must be.
Yeah.
Mine starts with an E, and my last
Oh,
name
ours
starts
does
with
too.
an
E.
mine's A.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny? I meant to tell you this. In my
'Cause I'm old.
right next to my town, we have a town called Ringwood.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Curious if your ancestors used to be.
is there a
help-
farm there?
It's more mountainous. There's farms all over by us, like little farms. Like
I
we
was on a
have-
road trip with my dad through one time, and we stopped at Ringwood Farms.
There's Ringwood, New Jersey.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to go to Ringwood, New Jersey now.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It's a pretty nice town. They got some nice
course it is.
houses and stuff. It's mountainous. There's lakes and trees and reservoirs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Damn.
There's a road that goes through called Skyline Drive, which is like.
I wonder if my
nuts.
dad knows that. I mean, I wonder if his family is from there. Or something.
You have a claim?
Maybe. Shit.
Damn.
So history.
Yo,
East
what up,
Coast
fam?
history. I'm here to collect my half.
Where's my share?
Like, damn it, he
where's
showed
my,
up.
Where's my 5 acres?
I thought you just liked overlanding.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how you guys think of it out there as far as wheeling.
I mean, I've never wheeled out there. I love the area. I love like just the trees. Like,
Well, that's what you
like,
guys always talk
color
about, the pines and the
changing.
trees and
But
stuff.
you guys
and
have like color change and everything like that. Like
it is pretty wild.
yeah, I've done
That's,
some
like,
hiking out there, which
pretty
has been
beautiful.
rad, you know. But
I would love to go to this place in upstate New York. I don't know if you believe in aliens or whatever.
I like as Joe Rogan says, I want to believe.
Yeah, I want to
yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Because it seems so cool. But I forget, he was talking to Elon Musk. It was that interview, and he's like, yeah, I hate to tell you, they're just. He's like, are you sure? He's like, I want to believe. He's like, it's just not possible. There's no way. Or he was explaining something to him, breaking it down, and he was like saying it's not possible. But I want to believe, because in my mind, we picture aliens as like, you know, they could just be these weird looking creatures.
Little
but what
gray
if
aliens, yeah.
What if aliens look just like us? They're just
We don't
like
know.
thousands of light years ahead of us technology wise, and they can travel and do it. They could just look like us. We don't know it.
Yeah.
I
Could
mean,
be like Interstellar where we're like yelling at the past us.
Oh, that's wild.
You know? Dude, that's wild, dude. There's so many times where I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Space trips me out. I love
Oh, yeah.
every once in a while we'll go far enough where we can get good no light pollution. I got to take pictures.
That's hard because you're like near New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, PA is a great spot for us for that. Like I've taken pictures of the Milky Way with my cell phone. You know, that's how good you're able to, how dark it is.
He
And,
doesn't
like-
have the blue bubble though.
What's the
Yeah.
is this the story about when you guys camped on the Indian reservation by Colorado?
No, it's because
no.
you have an Android.
That's
and
right.
then
We
you
have
get to zoom in,
iPhones.
so it actually uses AI to like simulate images.
Yes,
when you
I know
zoom in.
exactly. Listen, the photo was taken on an iPhone. All right.
all right, all right, all right.
okay.
And I've taken on Android, but the photo that I'm talking of was iPhone. I've been an iPhone guy since the first one came out up until 14.
I hate
what I
iPhone, to be honest. I'm locked in. Everything I've
Well, that's
a
why
Mac.
that's
I've
what
got
made me get
tablet.
Golden
mad.
handcuffs, brother.
I know.
I just got mad. Like, yo, I look forward to the new phone coming out, and then it comes out, and it's the same.
like, oh, we
phone.
made it like an
Oh,
eighth of an
100%.
inch
You have to wait
wider.
3 generations.
And then once you become an Android person, you start to really laugh because they're like, look, you can change the color of your clock on your lock screen. It's like, who cares? Like, we've been doing that for a long
No,
time.
I know. There's a lot of BS.
Yeah.
But the way the software works so
They
seamless, integrated.
they
it's
make a beautiful product.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they can take a pile of poop and it will be sellable
Yeah, they
if it's made
polish
by
it.
Apple.
Oh, yeah.
Polish that turd,
Yeah, give it some titanium. Good to go.
Limited release it and
right?
slap a Supreme sticker on it. I don't fucking know.
So the whole point I bring up upstate New York is because I watched this. It's on Amazon Prime. I think you have to buy it, or rent it, or whatever. It's called Missing 411. I think is what it's called.
That sounds super
We've talked
familiar.
about it a few times. So there's this one because it has like different scenarios or different real events that happen, and one of them was in upstate New York, and it was near a lake, and there's lots of lakes up there, and it was near a lake and near rock formations, and they did all this like correlation between like, okay, here's the different instances of UFO sightings. It's always near a body of water, rocks. They have all these like, you know,
Yeah, like
special
things that always appear.
yeah. But there was this old man that went out hunting with his, sons, family members, or whatever. And they were out hunting, and all of a sudden he just went missing, and there was no sign of him, no sign of his gun, no sign of his rap, nothing. He just disappeared, and so that's what the whole aliens came into play. And I was like, I want to go up there. Let's go camping.
Well, let's go. I'm down.
Yeah.
All joking aside, if you guys ever want to fly out, like I said, I got the M416 trailer with the Odyssey tent on
nice.
it. So there's at least sleeping. You don't have to, cuddle up with a buddy. And I'll have my canopy camper. But dude, If you guys want to, it's like an Airbnb. If you want to fly out and just borrow my tent, we'll go wheeling. We'll camp.
If I end up doing a family trip out there, I'll hit you up.
Yeah.
But I do plan to drive out at some point because I have to visit family in Wisconsin.
I'm flying, bro.
I know I want to do a West Coast trip, an East Coast trip, super bad. But I need to be able to take at least a couple weeks off.
Yeah, I get it, especially if you're driving.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my big problem. I'm taking 10 days, and I'm only able
Yeah.
to hit like 3 spots.
Yeah,
you know?
half the time is just putting miles down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Realistically, the whole trip was going to be me going to Colorado and then hitting all of Colorado. I was going to do San Juan Mountains and
You need
do all
I haven't really done Colorado either, but like I want to I need like at least a week in Colorado.
Yeah.
My dad's going next week
$1,000,000%.
with my brother, and they're just
What?
hitting all of Colorado. Yeah.
With Matt?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the fuck?
But see, that was
No
initially
invite?
it was going to be just me, and then once my daughter talked about Yellowstone, that's where I changed the trip up. So, I'm going to do that instead. But I
gotta
want to
see
try
if-
and do it again.
Zoe had some cool books. I'll see if she has some extra ones to give
I think
her.
you talked about one with like a wolf.
Yeah, a wolf called
Yeah, the
Wander.
Crater Lake.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the one.
We're gonna try and stop by there because she read the book.
Yeah.
and it took place around Crater Lake. So I want to take her to Crater Lake so she can see what she read in the book. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's
I think
exactly
she might
it.
have I think she bought like 3 copies of that book. So if she
cool.
has a couple copies, I'll give her. I'll give your daughter one because
You know what I got a couple
fun.
copies of? The Tuttle Twins. You know that book?
Those are
books?
good books, though,
yeah,
man.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
Yep,
You still have the camera on me, by the way.
Okay,
kinda
my
weird.
bad. See, I'm bad
Anyways,
with that, dude. That's
I'm
why
following
I
it.
say. Okay.
Matt Kester also said we still need to go camping in Arizona. Did you ever watch the movie Fire in the Sky?
No, I heard about it because of your podcast. Yeah.
You gotta watch
It's a
it.
rad
dude.
movie.
I would love to
It's
see
a
that.
it's a rad movie, and you
Is it
kind
on
of like
Amazon? Like, would I be able to just rent it?
I don't know. It's an old movie though, like 90s,
early '90s,
Yeah.
late '80s, or early '90s probably.
early 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I heard
Fire
it's
in
a
the
very
Sky.
good movie.
Yeah, but so in the Sigreaves National Forest, which is basically where I grew up, kind of camping in that whole area. That's where it kind of took place, and then Winslow, Arizona, is like where he ended up, I guess.
Oh, where they dropped him off. Yeah.
Yeah, where like the aliens just dropped him off naked. So at the gas station. So yeah,
I
we still need to go up there and watch the movie
While
at the
you're there.
location.
Yes.
How, dude, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Dude. I still want to do it. I have my projector. I got the screen.
We've been
Let's
talking
go,
about it.
dude.
We got it, and that's not for us. It's not a far drive, like a 4-hour drive. We should.
No.
by us, it's not.
It's
It's not UFO stories. By us, it's like weird haunted ghost stories. Like funny enough,
Yeah.
I live.
Dude, holy shit! So the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, yeah, I
when that
remember.
movie
Was that
came
East
out.
Coast?
I don't know where
Well,
was that filmed.
I don't know where it was filmed, but I saw there's all the hype around it. That was like a real documentary,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like,
I thought that shit was real.
I did too.
Dude, that scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
so I watched it. Right, the next week, just after watching that, we flew out to New York to stay at the lake house in Lake George, right? So me and all the kids, all the parents are doing whatever, playing, they're probably up and drinking
Wait
in
a
the
second.
cabin.
You were like 30 years old when that came out, bro.
No, I
You're like
wasn't,
turning
bro.
50. When did that movie come out? I'm not looking.
I was like,
it was early 2000s, which means
I was
you
seven-
were like 25
I was like
minimum.
17 or something,
Oh,
dude.
dude, you're such a
I was in
liar.
high
Hold
school.
on.
I was in high school.
I'm
It was
looking
like
at
early
Blair Witch
90s, bro.
Project.
But we were all like, we had just watched that, and we were all hanging out by we made a campfire, and we had to walk out into the woods to make this campfire. And the whole time I'm tripping balls, dude, because I kept thinking of that freaking movie, and I'm like, why the fuck am I in the woods right now, dude? I was scared.
I'm one of those
freaked me
people who. It's not that I don't believe, but I'm like a totally common sense.
When was it been?
logic.
When was it
You're
been?
in your 20s, bro.
No, it wasn't.
It was 1999. You were a scared little bitch.
in 1999. I don't give a fuck. All right, I was a scared little bitch.
I'm still scared.
I can watch it right now. I'd be like, fuck this.
July
Dude,
30th
I'll
of
get scared. I still
1999.
get scared now.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
Fuck.
Like I don't know. So like I said, I'm one of those guys who I'm a common sense guy.
Yeah.
Right. I look at things and I'll convince myself that's not real. That's not real. But there's occasional times, like even in my house right now, we joke around in the house all the time. The lights are always flickering. I'm an electrician. All right. I've replaced the light fixture.
says something.
I've changed the bulbs. It still flickers. And one day I was taking a shower and our bathroom light started flickering. I'm like, this one never flickers. And then I was like, just entertaining. I'm like crazy. I started asking it questions and I'm like, blink twice if it's this. And it would blink twice. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Then I'm like, all right, blink. I'm like, let me change it up. Blink once if it's this. And it blinks. I'm like, yo, this is weird. I don't know. I don't believe this, but I think it is, but I don't know. And,
Your
Did you tell time
profession
to
is
talk-
actually skewing the reality.
Because
of
I
it.
know why a light will flicker. So I went and fixed those things, and
But it
still
still does
flickering.
it.
And I need, either I'm a bad electrician or I can't find the reason.
You gotta
why
sell the
flickering.
house.
Yeah.
Burn it down.
That's my wife. My wife's like, if I ever come home and the cabinets are open, we are putting the house for sale. And I literally want to just mess with it. and
Dude,
open up
I
all
was
the
just gonna
cabinets.
say you're gonna leave.
But so cool story, right?
Put them on like little actuators.
Pop 'em out, like,
What the hell?
There's this magazine in New Jersey called Weird New Jersey. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about it out here, but it's like a really cool, like follows urban legends, creatures, haunted houses.
would love it.
Yeah, actually,
and it was huge back in the day because it was print. You know, nowadays everything digital, it's like faded. But long story short, there's a road in New Jersey. They call it the most haunted road in New Jersey, called Clinton Road.
Yo, PNW Adventures, listen to this. They like all that haunted.
Oh, yeah,
shit.
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I live like 2 minutes from Clinton Road, and I didn't know I lived.
Oh, you're right there.
Yeah, I've lived there for 3 years now, and I drive Clinton Road regularly because I enjoy how scenic it is.
Oh, what was this again? I'm sorry, I was reading comments.
It's all right. It's a
Clinton
road in New Jersey. They say it's the most haunted road in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Clinton Road. This is it takes me 10 minutes to drive this whole road, and you lose service the whole road. There's no cell service, and there's no stores. There's no.
Really?
There's a boat launch that's there, and then that's it. The rest is just trees and windy road through the woods.
And this is on the way to your
like a-
house?
No, this is directly like 2 blocks behind my house.
Sounds like a nice scenic road.
Well, it is. It's super scenic. Like I literally take pictures and make it my phone background. That's how cool it is.
Nice.
And so there's 2 stories. One of them is that this boy drowned at one of the bridges, and if you throw a coin in, it'll come back up. They'll throw it back up. And then the other myth is you'll be driving on this road, and out of nowhere, headlights appear behind you, and it's like this pickup truck that's riding your ass. No matter what you do, try to lose it, and then it'll just vanish, disappear. So like, look, I'm getting goosebumps.
Dude, I get
I know, I'm like
goosebumps.
freaking out.
Literally
I'm like,
getting
oh,
goosebumps.
hell no.
I've driven this road. My wife hates this road. Oh, sorry. I've driven this road. My wife hates this road because you have no service. It's 10 minutes, but for me, it's like a shortcut. It cuts right through the mountain, and I'm able to get to the other side of the mountain. I don't need to drive it now much because we moved from that spot, but now I live behind it. I don't use it as much as I used to, but I live
You're
right
right
next
there,
to it.
yeah.
And there's one more myth. There's a road that's apparently this boy's father, he got hit by a drunk driver, and they were both in the car, and it's a hill. And apparently, if you put your car in neutral,
It rolls
the
the
car-
other direction.
It'll drive up the hill.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
neutral, it'll go up the hill. And apparently, that's the boy pushing the car out of the way. You know, from
And
where
then
the
when they
accident-
got hit.
yeah, from where they got hit. So I haven't tested any of them because I'm also this. Listen, as much
Brother,
as,
I'm coming out. I'm borrowing your tent. We're doing this.
as much as I don't believe this stuff, right? I still till this day won't say Candyman 3 times in a mirror. You know, like
Red rum.
Bloody Mary, Candyman.
Yeah, Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
But
yeah.
like in my head, I'm like, it's not real. You could just do it, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I have.
Dude, we had the same thing. Like there was a road in or I guess it was a road nearby where I grew up. It was Quest Haven Road. And like, but when we were in high school, we used to go out there to party because there's all the stories of like the White Witch or the
Are
White
you talking
Lady.
about the one down by the border?
No, it's like near San Marcos, Carlsbad area.
Okay.
This like old wooded area. But like the story was like the lady died, or no, they broke down on their wedding night. So she's in her wedding dress, and the husband went out to go get help and walked and never came back. So supposedly the white lady is still wandering around looking for her husband wearing her wedding dress. And we've gone out there and like we've seen shit. Like there's like this light. There's like an old abandoned house with like a light on. You go up there and all of a sudden there's nobody there. There's no light. They're like, what the fuck? And like people swear they see the white lady and like you just. But I think it's more like you're freaking each other out.
Yeah, like placebo effect.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
You
yeah,
start
yeah.
to believe it just.
Holy
'cause-
shit! Did you see that out there? Oh fuck! I saw it too. Yeah, yeah. Like,
I mean, we've all had experiences, I'm sure.
but we had the same rumor of like the hill, like they're trying to push the car up the hill because it ran out of gas, and if you park on the hill, but it would
Have you
roll
tried it?
The other direction. Yeah,
Oh, you have, and it does it.
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And it's fucking weird, but I think it's just like an optical
Yeah,
illusion.
yeah.
You
Like
know what I
sometimes
mean?
the hill looks like it's downhill, but it's not.
Yeah, but like we would always like check this out, and you just park and you put it in neutral, and your car would start rolling back up the hill. and you're
that's
like,
pretty
what the
wild.
fuck is that? You know, yeah.
Okay, so there's one down here. Dude, I'm getting chills. thinking about it.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Oh my god. So I was like, okay, what was it? So there's 2 different places, but the one I'm thinking about is down by the border. And I was talking to Mike, who's a border patrol
Yeah.
agent. He was talking about how he's like, oh yeah, that there's always like people illegal crossing. You'll see the weirdest shit out there. But Proctor Valley Road is essentially, I'm just reading the AI results, which we know how it can be, is essentially a dirt path for about 5 miles long that connects East Lake to Jamul. But
Hamul?
that's Hamul.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it's like a super haunted highway and people die on it and stuff. It is wild. I want to go down there.
Have
and
you
you're
talked to
supposed to
Mike
drive
about
it at night. You're supposed to drive it at night.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Let's
kind of
do
want to do it. Kind of want to do it.
I'm
By
down.
me, we used to always go explore abandoned buildings, old insane asylums.
And you
stuff
guys
like
got
that.
some old ass shit out
so
there.
that's the cool thing about East Coast. We do have a lot of history.
Old
You know,
history.
America started there.
Yeah,
basically. So there's a lot of abandoned stuff and creepy buildings, but you know, a lot of it's been turned into malls and whatnot too.
Yeah.
We used to explore a lot. There was a missile silo near my town that we went, and we went like at least 10 levels underground. And
Really?
kept going. We didn't want to go any further. We started.
Dude,
getting
that'd be
freaked out.
rad. Yeah.
We walked
that'd be
through a
freaky
tunnel
as
that
shit.
popped us
Were
out.
you allowed to, or was
No,
it like
no,
illegal?
no. Like we walked through this one tunnel. You climb down the tunnel, and there's light switches every like 100 feet. So like you walk in the dark, and then you find a light switch. You turn on. All the lights behind you turn on.
Oh, they
Does it
actually still
work?
work?
Yeah. They were like string lights, like almost more new. It was weird. And then we walked to the end of this tunnel. We climbed out, and we ended up in an old abandoned radio station.
No way.
And the radio station looks like they literally got up and left. Like there was checks written out, not signed, that were just sprawled out all over the floor. You find blueprints of like jet engines not in the radio station, but in this sale.
Yeah.
We found old gauges from the airplanes. They used to build planes there. And then there's a missile silo that goes hundreds of feet down below the ground.
Dude, that'd
And
be
now
rad.
it's gone now, and I think there's a shopping center there.
Aw.
The silo is still there. It's just been
Covered over,
covered
yeah.
over.
Yeah, Matt Kessler was saying there's no ghosts on that road. They're just cartel members.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably not wrong.
In our case, it's the
yeah.
mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your case, the mob.
The mob.
It's
Dude,
Same-
I'll say,
just different
being
group.
a union electrician in New Jersey, the mob definitely had a huge influence in
Oh,
the
yeah.
rules we have and like the things we get paid for and things. You're like, yeah, there's no way that just got passed along and was
Yeah, they
allowed
didn't.
back
Yeah.
in the day.
Somebody helped push that through.
No, I definitely want to go do some ghost hunting. We got to get PNW Adventures down.
Well, we're
here
supposed to go with them in November-ish to like Nevada.
That's right.
Do some ghost hunting
That'd
shit.
be cool. That'd be really cool. You should
Yeah.
do a live podcast right out of there.
If we have service.
If we survive.
If we
right?
That's where you really know it's fucked up is if you go there and Starlink doesn't work.
Yeah. We don't get Starlink then, yeah.
The new Mini is amazing. My buddy had it on the guy I told you with the Sequoia. I meant to go back to that story, but he built the Sprinter van now for his family.
Oh, okay.
He had it on top, and I'm not exaggerating, maybe like a little less than a quarter mile, and I was still connected and able to use it.
Oh, yeah. It works great, dude.
I couldn't believe it. I'm gonna
You
definitely.
had line of sight.
Yeah, he was in front of me, but still, I could just. How often does Wi-Fi work over like 40 feet away?
I know,
Let
right?
alone like a quarter mile. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I'll unplug mine and it'll still work for a while for some reason. I'm like, how the fuck am I still getting connected to my fucking Wi-Fi when
That's
I'm...
one of the things I definitely want to have when I go out. I'm just gonna borrow his. I'll pay you $50 for the month, and that's
Yeah, you just do it month to month. That's
When
what
I was
do.
riding Passenger Princess, did you ever watch the Busted Beat George videos?
No.
okay.
I did want to look them up. Again, my memory's all over the place.
No, that's
But
okay.
when you talked about him, I was like, oh, this guy sounds like he's got a good page.
Yeah, it's very interesting. He's good at editing and making it look real cool. It was real cool, but you know. But yeah, Passenger Princess, I was using all the Wi-Fi, and at least Jeff thought I was the one using all of it, but really what it was is apps in the background running, so you got to be careful about that stuff.
Yeah, it draws all the...
It draws so
we
much.
did a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in West Virginia. My buddy has the 50 gigs. We ended up using like 25, 30 gigs between 4 guys. And that's like making
a lot.
making phone calls to our family. Like West Virginia, I don't know if there's any place of West Virginia has service. It's like literally a black hole. There's no service anywhere. And so we used it, you know, he watched a movie before going to bed. We used it just like uploading stuff on Instagram, calling our wives, things like that.
Yeah,
It wasn't
video
like crazy,
takes a lot.
but 20 something gigs.
Yeah, I don't even know. I never looked to see what I'm using, how much I use. I should. Maybe on this trip I will, just to see what I'm
It's
pulling.
pretty game changing. It really is.
Yeah.
I hate it's like cheating. You know, it's like not having service sometimes is cool.
And I feel like a bitch saying like, "Oh, my Starlink doesn't
Yeah,
work."
can't watch my movie.
My latte. How's my latte gonna make
So
itself?
admittedly, I don't watch anything or
I
do anything on my phone. You know, I'll take pictures. That's what I try and do a lot. because I do go out there to try and just forget. My problem, and I'm sure some of you guys, is like if you're out there alone, man, your brain starts running.
Oh,
Thinking
yeah.
about everything, whether it's bills, family, or work.
No, I just think about dying.
Oh, yeah?
No, seriously, 100%. I talked about it on one of the podcasts when I was at Thomas Mountain by myself. I was waiting for my dad to show up. I got there a night early. Oh my God, dude. I thought there was like animals behind me and shit. I was actually in this truck, the first gen Tacoma. I used to sleep in the back of this.
Oh, nice.
So at least I had some protection.
I give you props. You go out of your way to not sleep in a rooftop tent. Every vehicle you have.
Dude, he's like, I refuse.
Yeah, he's like, what do you think? I'm a peasant? I'm not sleeping in a room. I don't need that.
I don't need it, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, and my shift pod's up there.
Yeah, that's a great photo. By the way.
Yeah, actually, our overland life. Oh God, why I'm Brett. Sorry, call him Brent.
Yeah.
Brett took that photo of me.
That's really.
That
cool.
was at the end of the Rebel Rally at Glamis, and I was making coffee, and he just
You should send that over to. Why am I forgetting the name?
Shift Pod.
Shift Pod. Yeah.
Yeah, I tagged him in it.
They've used.
They use all my shit.
Yeah, they've used us in a few things, but yeah.
I got a mountain hatch because of you.
Nice.
It's
They're
awesome,
rad.
right?
My only complaint is it's heavy as.
It is
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
heavy.
like I had to replace the strut on my tailgate.
Oh, for real, just the lift.
You have a
Yeah.
strut on your tailgate?
Well, it's 2020, bro.
I have biceps.
What did you not have that in your GM your GM vehicle?
No
strut in there
No,
with
dude,
your
I
lockers
didn't
and all?
even have.
You know what drove me nuts? I had that truck. Not that I didn't have a ZR2. Then you complained about this. Still a regular key, no push button.
Oh yeah.
Like what the hell?
That's what I was gonna say. It still had a regular key. It didn't have any parking sensors. Didn't have this. Didn't have that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
So
that was one thing.
it was a good truck.
It's funny that truck got totaled on me on April Fools, and that's the reason I got the Gladiator, and that's the reason I got into all this,
Meant to be.
Dang.
and that's why we're sitting here today.
Hell yeah. Thank you, whoever crashed into you.
Right?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. West Virginia, 3 million people and 6 last names.
That's Matt, right?
Oh yeah. How'd you know?
Oh, weird.
He's not joking. Like you would think you experience that stuff like Middle America. West Virginia feels like a time capsule. Like there's nothing there, nothing,
Yeah.
and all the houses are
I've
like.
been.
There's very few nice houses. They're all just like they got so much stuff outside. Nice
Yeah.
people. Everyone's
Why?
really.
Why do you think antiques? Whatever those
The
guys.
roadshow
No,
where they-
not the roadshow. The guys.
Pickers.
Yeah, American Pickers used to always go through there.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild. It feels very. You feel like you're on a trip. You feel like you're not, in a normal place because everyone's nice, but it's just like we went by Seneca Rocks where they have there's this little stop there. It's like a little shack market that has a little bit of everything. It popped up on Facebook out of nowhere, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I've been there. It's the oldest run family-owned business in America.
Really?
Since 1902, it's still the original family that owns it, something like that. The generations have kept it going.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be actually kind of a rad little stop though, just to experience.
Yeah, I mean they
it.
have a little restaurant there, and then they have West Virginia souvenirs. They have if you need oil, they have snacks, they have sweatshirts, stuff like
Power
that.
steering fluid.
Yeah, they even got this little pump you can get gas there, and you don't even realize there's a gas station there because it's just like this pump on the side of the
Yeah,
building.
the little.
Oh,
the
New
old
Jersey.
school-
You don't even have to pump your own
No,
gas.
we don't pump, and it's cheap. You know what gas is right now by us?
Jeez, I don't even want to know.
Well, you know what it is out here, and by the way, it's cheap for us.
Well, I was a little impressed. I'm like, oh, this is not too bad. But just before I came here, on the low side, I paid $277, and on the high side, it was $309.
Dude, to be under $3 would be amazing.
Dude, we are
And then
at
I just paid
$470.
So I got
right
tricked
now,
here.
minimum.
Yeah, I saw one at $480 something. And I'm like, oh, nice. I'm filling
That's
up here.
cash.
Right. And I put my card in, and then it came up $529. I'm like,
Another
you
30 cents
bastards.
for credit
Yeah.
card. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that
Yeah,
here.
they do that
Yeah,
over
they only
there. too.
advertise the cash price.
Over there, though, there is, I don't know if you have this, but there is gas stations that will literally say same price, cash or credit. Like they have a sign posted
Yeah,
to make sure
but
you
it's
know.
a high price.
No, not always.
Medium?
We have over there, it's like a no-name brand called Fuel 4. They're popping up everywhere, and we have Delta. That's another one
A
that's
few
like,
deltas, yeah.
but Fuel 4 are really affordable, and they're everywhere now. Our most expensive, I'd say, is Exxon, and then
Which is
Sunoco.
our mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Exxon,
ExxonMobil.
Sunoco.
So no,
And,
Do you have
uh,
Shell out there?
Yeah, we have Shell. Not a lot. We don't have many Gulf. We have, what's the dinosaur one? We have
This
a little
Sinclair.
Sinclair. We have a few of those.
We have a couple. Not
But
many.
yeah, on average, you're most likely filling up at either a BP or a Delta or a Fuel 4.
A BP is like AM.
Or
PM.
yeah,
and then we
the
have
Arco.
we have Wawa and Quick Check, which is kind of like a 7-Eleven kind of.
Oh yeah, we have
place.
AM
Citgo
PM.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are usually affordable as well.
Nice.
But yeah, our high right now is 309.
Yeah, ours is
And you don't have to
5.
pump it.
And
You
I
guys-
don't pump it.
Do you
Yeah.
tip those guys?
No,
You're not supposed to.
No,
They
you
don't
don't
want
tip
you. Yeah.
no, them you could.
I mean,
if you want.
they're not gonna say no, but you're not.
It's
supposed
not like
to.
back in the day. Back in the day, New Jersey was full service. They like cleaned your windshield. They checked your
Yeah.
oil. You know, they've been fighting that. Like they're contemplating getting rid of that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oregon.
there's only like 2 states or 3 states in the country.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Is it-
Found that out.
This is how old I am. I had a job as that guy washing people's windshields at the gas station. I would come out.
Did you get a nickel for it every time you did it?
Like I said, you were in your 20s when Blair Witch
They would
came
pull
out.
up. I'd run out there, wash their windshields, check their tires for them, do all that, pump their gas.
Dude, in Egypt, that's what they do. Like I'm Egyptian, and when I used to go visit family.
Wait, so like, were you born there?
No, I'm born here, but I'm 100% Egyptian. I speak Arabic,
Oh wow!
but I have blue eyes and light skin and light hair. No one ever believes me.
And you've gone back there?
Yeah. I used
that'd
to
be
go
cool.
every summer. My dad owned a travel agency, and we'd just
Oh,
the whole
rad.
summer we'd spend in Egypt.
Dude, I wanna
Last
go
time I
back
was
so
there,
bad.
now was like 2 years ago. And I brought my wife when we started dating. I brought my daughter when she was like 4. My son hasn't been there yet, though.
Yeah, the guy I work with is Khalid. He's Egyptian. Him and his brother.
That's my
They're-
brother's
they're-
name, actually.
They were actually born there. Yeah, they came over. So
No, it's pretty wild. That's my brother's name.
Khalid
Khaled, yeah.
or Khalid?
DJ Khaled.
Yeah,
DJ Khaled, yeah.
I call him Khalid. I don't know why.
My
He's
brother.
probably this
Everyone
big.
calls
White
my brother
boy.
Cal.
Fucking white boy.
Yeah. My brother's name it's like Instagram name is Your Pal Cal. He just says Cal. And my brother used to be a DJ. He was on like Sirius.
Oh,
really?
actual
yeah,
legit DJ. Okay.
Yeah. He moved to Dubai for like a year or two, about a year, and he was like the Elvis Duran of Dubai. Morning
Really?
show. Him and this guy out of the UK. They did a morning show together.
That's
and then
cool.
he hated that lifestyle and he moved back.
Really?
Now he works for like political heads. He does media. Well, he did. He worked for Glenn Beck.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then he worked for Gary Vander. Gary Vayner. What's his name?
VaynerMedia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary V.
Vaynerchuk. Yeah, Gary V.
Yeah, I just don't buy
Gary
Gary
V.
V. I'm trying to
worked
think of
for
how.
him.
Yeah.
He had a media agency that my friend worked at.
It's funny. One of my good friends from when I used to ride BMX bikes is like his personal
BMX
assistant.
bikes? Hell
The
yeah.
Asian kid that's in the videos, Dustin. That's what I used to
Well,
ride.
Gary V started out with his dad doing wine shop stuff.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
like took
Selling
his
wine
dad's
bottles.
business from like $1 million business to
Killed
like
it.
a $50 million business. Something
Now he's
like
telling
that.
people to go hit garage sales.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, so he's worked. My brother's worked in a lot of those. Now he's like works for another media company, and he does. He's their podcast department. He's in charge of like.
Oh well, tell him to
Getting
fucking tell us
shows and-
how to fucking do
Yeah.
this right.
Yeah,
That's when you'll stop enjoying it.
Yeah, I know.
exactly.
Yeah, that's why we still have fun because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what I think. You know, it's
It's an outlet.
it's fun.
Just talk shit about.
I'm sorry to all the
aliens and
listeners that
stuff.
this wasn't a very overlandy
Whatever.
episode, but
It's still fun.
you know,
We
I don't think
talked about overlanding.
I don't think people all
Good.
necessarily tune into us for overlanding information that much anymore.
Well,
More
in the
just the
end,
rants and
you know,
side.
as a listener who's now here, it's like one of the boys. You listen to you guys bullshit and something to listen to going on trips. That's why people get upset when you don't do it every week. You know,
know.
obviously it's hard, but like you know, at one point the best was when I was still catching up. I was able to listen every single
Yeah,
day
you can
for
binge
a while.
it more. Yeah.
And then, you know, eventually the only bad part about not doing an episode often is like I'll forget that you guys do episodes until I get a notification. I'm like, oh shit, they got
The thing, you
Yeah,
gotta follow.
Smash that bell, dude.
Yeah.
Subscribe or something. I don't know.
But as a listener, it is enjoyable. I like it very much. And initially I came for knowledge, and then it just became like I know you
You're
guys.
one of the
telling him-
boys.
Yeah, I know him.
you're one of
Like
the
I
boys.
know you guys.
Well,
and
that's why it's been so
random.
easy. You walked in, it's like we've been talking forever, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, but Matt Kester actually says, go watch the first season of Rogue Heroes. That's the original Egyptian overlanding.
No way.
Yeah, so go check it out.
right.
Yeah,
Rogue here. What's that on? Let
Rogue
me see.
Heroes.
YouTube.
Yeah, I guess it's on YouTube. He's a big YouTube guy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do it. Yeah, I felt bad. Like I had somebody hit me up on Instagram saying, "Hey man, I just found you guys. I can't wait to get caught up."
I
And
know
like
you
listen to all
texted
your
me
new
that, and I was
episodes.
like,
And I'm
"Oh,
like,
man."
oh man, we need to start putting out some more
No,
episodes.
that's what he does. He's like, "Hey Ben, are we doing an episode this week?" I'm like, "I don't know." And then he sends me a screenshot of that. I'm like, "I guess we have to."
Look, we're doing one.
Yeah,
No.
Make something
I didn't
up.
expect it at all. I was like, oh, that's so cool. You know, I'm just happy to be here.
No,
Thanks for coming by me. You went out of your way for this. You like,
Yeah, my wife's literally in the driveway.
Props. Oh,
she's in the driveway.
We'll wrap
she's
it
like,
up.
Wrap it
props
up.
to your wife.
She hasn't said anything. She said, "I'm here. Just take your time."
No.
Yeah.
We don't want to make her wait. So we've been going a little over 2 hours.
Oh,
that's good.
It's not on YouTube. It's actually on MGM Plus.
Oh, I ain't got that.
I'm not paying for that.
Fuck.
Yeah, but it's
I'm gonna
wait,
pay another $10 for another subscription.
I'll ask my friend. He has a Plex server. He always gets like
There you
illegal
go.
stuff.
Okay. Okay, now Matt's divulging more details about it. So basically, it's called Rogue Heroes. It is.
It's new.
It's about
2022.
the SAS in World War II, and it's kind of overlandy because they're like kind of surviving and traveling overland.
That's kind of what.
Yeah, and the guy's
They're the
hospitalized in
OGs.
Cairo.
Yeah, exactly. So it actually sounds pretty cool.
Might be fun.
I mean, I just got billed for another Peacock subscription. I've never even logged in. So
I have that. Not a plug here, but I have that Rocket Money app.
Oh, is that work?
Yeah,
it does. Like
I get hit with that so many.
No,
times.
but you have to actually like when you go through it. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this?
Yeah,
What is all these
so much
charges?
shit, yeah.
Yeah, and you start finding subscriptions that I didn't even know I had. Like some of them are literally things that an app that I paid once for, and I'm
And
getting
you just
monthly
forget about
charged. No, I'm not supposed to get monthly charged.
Yeah.
And now I've emailed them. They don't answer me. Like now it's going to turn into something where I got to contact the bank. And
Yeah, you got to cancel.
but
on
yeah,
your
if I didn't have
card.
that app, I wouldn't know. And then like I'll see like Paramount Plus. I'm like, what? I have Paramount Plus. I didn't even know I had Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
And I have to go cancel that.
I get that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I probably waste a couple $100 a month. Just on
Easy.
stupid
If you just
shit.
ran through and like looked at every charge, like I see a monthly charge, I don't even know what it is. I Google what it is to see to find out and then cancel it. But like,
dude,
Well, a lot of time my daughter's like,
want
"Oh,
to do
Dad,
it.
I need this for this game
For
from
school or
Roblox
something."
or
Yeah,
something." I'm like, "Sure, okay, here's my card." And then next thing you know, I've got like 20 fucking charges. I'm like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Yeah, I have subscriptions I don't even remember anymore. I mean, like I do the Gaia app. I do X Overland.
Oh yeah, all those.
I literally just got an email for our website. By the way, everyone, our website's going down. Okay,
We're canceling
you want to
that
know
shit.
why?
It's costing you a lot of money.
Well, it just literally it says on like this summer sometime. It says it's gonna re-up and it's over $600 a year.
wow.
Oh, fuck all that.
And I
dude.
was like,
What do we need a web-
You don't. No
what?
offense. You don't even need it. I mean, I know it's got your rigs on there and it has. You can listen
cares?
to, yeah,
I haven't
that's-
even updated it lately.
yeah.
We literally did it so people could sign up for like the little Smokey's Camp Out.
Yeah.
That's why we started.
Which that's
it.
cool. I hope you do that again.
Yeah.
I was so bummed. I'm like, man, I wish I can go out there and do that.
Well, we talked about doing it in February of this year, but it never really
That
came
didn't
out because
transpire.
that's during my busiest season.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's really hard to put it
We've
together.
tried to put together another one. We still might, but we're.
I want to do the Frontierland themed one. That would be really cool. It's a West Coast thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, I only know it from Disney.
Yeah, no, yeah, Frontierland. That's right. Yeah, so we'll do another one. I just
Well,
don't
I
know
hope.
when. We just
Listen,
want to have
man,
a
see
website
if you
to
could
sign
free
up.
up. See if you could free up a few days to come out with him when
Yeah.
I'm out there. I mean, I know it's hard, but that'd be cool.
Well,
I'll
we
cook
have to
you
go to
guys.
the ghost sites.
Yeah.
We have to go to the
No, I'm not even talking East Coast. I'm going.
Oh,
when I'm
when we
going
go
out
north.
west. Yeah, next
yeah,
month.
When is it again?
It's next month. a
End
little
of
short
end of
notice.
June.
Yeah,
Early
End of June,
July.
first week of July.
The hard part is I'm supposed to be in Vegas for my daughter's dance competition.
So right after the
Actually-
dance comp, just keep on going.
I am driving separate.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, but I haven't even asked for it off yet. So
I don't even know what we're gonna do yet.
I know we got to talk about that
Yeah.
too. Like
because like
My schedule's
obviously we
kinda
can't do
changed
crap
up.
in Yellowstone, and I was planning on initially I was gonna go Yellowstone Tetons. Then I said maybe I'll go Tetons Yellowstone, but then the dates don't add up with yours, so now I'm going back to Yellowstone Teton and.
yeah,
Who
we'll
knows
we'll
after.
we'll look at our schedules and the dates and everything because I'm same thing. I'm supposed to try to meet somebody after Expo in Washington, and then it's just like, but I can't make it there by this time. It's just all scrambled up.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I might even have to like you're saying, I might have to extend my vacation. Like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, truck's broke down. I'm gonna be another day late or
Dude,
something.
I'm not gonna
you know?
lie. I'm throwing this out there. Maybe he'll listen. Kevin from Lifestyle Over, and I sent him a message on Instagram. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna be out there around this time. My daughter's around your daughter's age. I've been following you a long time.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if we could meet up. If you can, I understand you're probably busy. And I didn't even expect a reply. And he replied back. He's like, you know what? He's like, hit me up again when it's a little closer to the trip.
Because he'll probably be at Expo.
And I was like, whoa.
right up there.
Yeah. I was like, I can't believe he even replied.
Yeah, that's
And,
pretty rad actually.
That'd be
I
cool.
would love to meet them because like I've met them like at expos
Yeah,
and some
same.
stuff like that. But like and like yeah,
Lifestyle
literally like,
Overland, you said?
Yeah.
yeah, it's a family and like you know.
No, I know who they are.
He's got a Tundra now.
I have their
Yeah.
T-shirt. Okay,
Yeah.
I have their patch.
Yeah. I do too. All right.
yeah, I
So
got their T-shirt too.
a couple quick things. So Matt Kester actually he told us a little bit more about it. He says The dudes drive thousands of miles across the desert with a solar compass and they raid German airfields.
Whoa.
So that sounds pretty cool. Like MGM Plus might be worth it for a month.
Do they have shift pods?
No, it's World War II, brother. And then
That wasn't a serious question.
Yeah, I know. And then the subscription's going back to that. He's like, it's better than getting billed for OnlyFans.
I don't
years
really.
ago. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then Sean L, Chef Sean,
Yay.
says he wants to compete next time in the Little Smokies camp out. So
Oh yeah, he was a judge last time.
Yeah,
he wants
he
to compete
was.
this time. Yeah.
we know your wife's in the driveway.
Yeah,
man.
we'll wrap this one up.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yes.
Yeah, I wish we had more time with you because it was a lot of fun.
No, it was a great time, man. Thanks for coming out.
Definitely.
Thanks for making it.
I can't thank you guys enough for having me on here. I'm very, well, it's not starstruck, but like, you know.
No, it's fun.
We're not
And
stars.
And we've
I didn't
talked.
even shower today.
Yeah, no. it's just fun to like because we've talked all on Instagram for probably a couple of years or something now, and it's just kind of fun to actually meet.
Well, that's
people
what's cool about
in person.
That's not to get all cheesy, but that's what's great about this. What do you call it? Hobby? I don't know what to call it, but lifestyle.
Lifestyle, yeah.
I've met a lot of people. I've made a lot of friends now, and I have in different states. And this is just a funny example of how it all comes back around.
Yeah, you meet good people, man. It's just rad,
Yeah, overall, the community is awesome.
Yeah.
Very rare you run into someone who's either got bad intentions or just a douchebag, but for the most
It
part.
happens.
can kinda
every
weed those
group that's
out.
like that.
Yeah.
But
Weed
yeah,
those
you can
out
figure
really
them out
easy.
quick.
Yeah, it sucks. Out by us, it's just me and my one buddy, really. Like, we have a group of friends, and that's the whole reason I got all into this, but they all slowly faded out of it. And it's just been
That's happened a lot.
That's a
Yeah.
lot
last
here
2
too.
years.
Yeah.
Me and him, like, just genuinely enjoy, like, being outside.
Yeah.
Initially, like I told you, it was like, oh, let's have find a cool view. And now it's just like getting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find an excuse.
Hopefully
and
one
get
day
out
we
there.
could all join together. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
man. Well, you got any plugs before we?
I don't. Maybe Dirtbox Overland, if you guys want to sponsor me.
Yeah. Hit 'em up. Yeah,
I'll plug some more, but no plugs. Just check out help me grow my other page, Mountain Born Outdoors.
It is
There's
all
only-
spelled out.
Yeah, just the way it is.
Okay.
I live in the mountains. Mountain Born is where I came up with it.
All right.
And I put outdoors just in case I want to do like product reviews or whatever stuff too,
Cool.
I do some cinematography and I try to make every post kind of cool, but there's not many posts yet.
Yeah.
Just
Just
a little
building
at
it
a
out.
time. Yeah.
Oh dang, we already have Sergio already follows you.
Oh yeah, nice.
Cool.
Now hold on. Let me see who follows you already. Atlas the Jeep,
Hey.
Land Beaver.
Oh yeah, me and Landy
Sergio.
comment on each other's stuff often.
Oh yeah, no, Land Beaver's hilarious.
Yeah, I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, so you already have a few followers in common. So
That's cool.
Nice.
Oh, and you follow me. It says follow back. I guess I'm just a jerk. I don't know. So yeah. Well, thanks for coming on, man.
No, I appreciate
great.
it, guys. Thank
Absolutely
you.
been
Thank
rad,
you
dude.
so much. That was a
Yeah.
good time.
And thank you for the.
Yeah, the
Well, you get to
salted
keep it.
caramel
I'm
Russian.
going on a plane.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get on a plane.
You can make your own.
Sweet. Well,
You can make
I'll
your
have
own.
some more
the
tomorrow.
dude abides.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right, well,
and then
cool.
we'll hopefully link up. We'll try and figure out a way to link up on.
Yeah,
going
we'll
north.
figure it out. A
See
couple
what
more
we can
weeks
do.
of planning.
Yeah. Cool.
I like
well,
it.
thank you everybody for tuning in, listening. If you're watching or listening, or
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
Hope it was entertaining.
Oh yeah, always is.
I was entertained.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right. Bye everybody.
See ya.